welcome back to the Lifespring Age. Episode 10, Double Bubble, Deep Trouble. What's going on in the town of Laybon? Duplicates of dogs, mistrust and enchantments abound. How do you know who to trust when you can't tell who is who?
Okay, but we will catch you up per se. It's been a little while. So the last time you were here, you had arrived in the town of Hearth Prairie. You'd all gone crazy over Riptide. You'd eaten food with her, and the werewolves started to attack. There was a big fight with the werewolves, and you guys did okay. No one died. You fought them off, but then a few of them broke into the inn where everyone was hiding. A couple of people were killed, not many, about 4 people were killed. You raced inside, and Lou had the stellar idea to threaten them with the thing they were after, which was this very strange, weird red plant, which no one was able to identify at first. Tanuki cut his finger on it and lost 1 of his HP permanently. Like his max HP went down by 1, and he's still a bit salty.
He's very happy about it.
Yeah, I still hate you for it.
Yeah. And they basically found out that this plant is aberrant, so from another plane completely, completely alien to this world. So the gods don't know what it is. It somehow infected the werewolves, so no one did really anything about that. And then when the werewolves had died, there was this weird kind of blood stuff that consumed them and rendered them down to nothing. So that happened. The next day, you woke up and the town decided it was free of werewolf attacks, and everyone was very, very happy, apart from the immediate family of the people who died. You guys did a little bit of shopping, found out one of the kids had lost their dad, spent a bit of time with them, and then you'd set off deeper into the Vale. You did a little bit of walking. A couple of hours later, you arrived at the second big town in the Vale, which is a town called Laybon, which is a really unusual tidal river which literally changes direction of flow every day. So one day it'll be running south, one day it'll be running north, and then vice versa. It's meant to be a port town, but everything's gone to rack and ruin, and nothing seems to be looked after because everyone in the town was dogs. Literally everyone in the town was dogs, and they knew that they were dogs and seemingly quite happy about it. They enjoyed being dogs, but some of them were acting very, very strange. It kind of came to a head when you tried to speak to one particular dog called Biff, who was a mastiff, and he was really friendly when you first met him, and then was a complete arsehole when you kind of went back to speak to him. You did a little bit of digging around, and you found a kayak or a canoe that had been upturned at the top of a very awkward hill to get to the top of, and you upturned the kayak or canoe, whatever you want to call it, and lo and behold, there were 4 sleeping bodies underneath the kayak. They were all dog bodies, and the 4 dogs who were being mean to you were looking up at you from the top of the hill, saw you turn this canoe, and then they scattered away, and you realised they were identical to the dogs that were running away from you below. And that's kind of, we left it on the whole doppelgangers.
No, James, you left it.
I left it there. I left it on that. I can't call it a cliffhanger. I don't know, ridge hanger.
Clifford hanger.
Cliffette.
Yeah,
Cliffette. And yeah, Clifford the big red dog. Excellent. But no, we left it there because it was very silly and it was just past 11. But we will resume now, and the map is really for your visual benefit. It does not, it isn't really to scale or anything like that. It's just so you got an idea of what the town looks like. And you were all near the canoe in the top left of it as you've upturned it, and there are these 4 sleeping dog bodies. So just to remind you, I've not opened my OneNote, so that might help. Just to remind you of what the dogs were that you had seen kind of be duplicated. Were it was a Chihuahua, a Doberman, a Chihuahua, a Doberman, a big fat black Labrador, who I was calling a Flabrador, and I think that was it, wasn't it?
No, that was the Mastiff.
Oh, and Biff. Yeah, Biff the Mastiff, yeah. Yes, and that's where we'd left it. As the dog thing was flipped over, you saw these identical copies of the dogs who'd been mean to you in the town as they ran away.
Can I ask a question that I need the information for later? On a scale of 1 to 10, scaled down to a Chihuahua scale. How big is the Chihuahua? Are we talking small Chihuahua or rather like half a Shanghai Chihuahua?
So the thing about Chihuahuas is they're the smallest dog around. They
Yeah,
don't
but
have to
are
walk; they
we
just get
in-
carried around.
Yeah,
Shut
are
the
we,
fuck
in
up.
case of a Chihuahua, are we talking a bigger or a smaller size Chihuahua?
To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Chihuahuas. I find them slightly repulsive. So I will say,
Yeah, that's why I'm
I
asking
agree.
for-
I concur.
Okay,
Yes, I
that's
think everyone
perfect.
agrees.
That's
Did-
perfect, James. Just
Did
give
we
me
see
that
where they went?
They just scattered, didn't
they scattered. They ran away, but they've literally just. They haven't gotten far. If you imagine time is frozen, and it's like. It's kind of like one of those quick time events, you know, as like
Press A to-
press A, and like the wheel is coming around to A, and these dogs are all like mid dash away. The ones kind of at your feet look very happily asleep.
Sounds like it's Neo Bullet time, but for
Yes,
dogs.
Neo Bullet time. So just to remind you, every single dog had names. There was Old Red, who was a golden retriever. Confusing, I know.
He's the guy next
He's
to
the
us,
mayor.
isn't he?
Yeah, he's with you. There's Biscuit, who's a boxer, who runs the local weapon and armor shop. There's Chonko, who's the big fat black Labrador, who's asleep by your feet. There's Biff the Mastiff, Bubs the Chihuahua, and Daisy the Doberman. And there's several pups who are running around the village.
Sorry, my mind just went back to it's like she was a good bitch.
Yeah, she was a good bitch. Yeah. So just to kind of remind everyone as well, the inhabitants of the town are seemingly very or have been seemingly very happy to have been dogs, and aren't bothered about changing back. They seem completely that is far from their well, I don't know what you want to call it. They're just not asked
Their
about
priority
it.
list, they don't care.
Yeah,
about.
it's quite low down for them. Yeah.
Honestly, I agree with them. A dog's life is so much easier.
Yeah, yeah. They all seem to sleep in the town hall together in one big kind of dog pile. It is a dog pile.
Hey.
Yeah. They just seem to they seem pretty chilled out about it. The only thing they were concerned about were these three that were being mean, and then this fourth one who just recently changed. But yes, so back to it. The scattering at the bottom of this hill that you're on. They're about, I'd say, 45 feet away from you. But like
Guys.
45 feet away, like down the hill.
Yes.
Guys, I have an idea, and by I have an idea, I mean Wolf has an idea. but I'm using it. Now, who's got the best stealth?
Me, probably.
Okay, we need to get that
Stealth or
chihuahua.
Surely it'd be the rogue.
Oh, actually, that's probably true. I forgot.
I feel offended and appalled.
I forgot.
How
Right.
dare you?
We need to get
what
the
is your
chihuahua.
plus to self?
Yes, but
Lou, what is
Whatever.
your plus to stealth?
I'm assuming this is all happening very, very quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
saying it in her head. Very
Plus 9.
quickly.
Yeah.
Plus 9. Okay, it's 3 better than mine. Can I run down the hill as far as close as I can get, and hopefully get within about 30 feet of any of them?
I can't
Well,
imagine
they're
the
all-
chihuahua's that fast. It's got little
No,
legs.
yeah, it's got little. The Chihuahua is going the slowest. They are all dashing away. They are seemingly dashing. To the how do I describe this? So you're up here. They were kind of down here, and they're dashing north, kind of off the map. Doesn't really matter because we're not using it.
how far
towards
away
the
are they?
corner. So they were about 45 feet as they started running.
I can get him. I
Yeah, who?
can
There's
get
4
him.
of them.
Get the chihuahua.
Yeah, get the Chihuahua.
Okay. So what are you doing as they break?
So, I need a very specific combination of things to happen. Also,
Uh-oh.
why the fuck did my... Whatever, I will figure it out later. I run down the hill with my walking speed. So, I walk down the hill 30 feet. Again, I need to see... I can't remember the life of me. Within 15 feet, and I can move it another 15 feet. Is that correct?
So if you use teleport, you lose 15 feet of your movement.
They started running. Do we want to stealth?
Well, we're not going to
Why?
see
You're
right
at the top
now.
of the
Yeah,
hill.
we're at the top of the hill. They're going to see us.
They were watching you do what you were doing.
Yeah, so they know we are coming. So I'm not going to do stealth if they saw us. So I'm walking down the hill with 30 feet. I'm summoning my echo 30 feet ahead. Wait, how far did you say are the dogs?
They were 45 feet away as you were at the top of the hill, but they are, it's all happening at the same time. So
Yes.
as you move, they're moving away. But for the sake of expediency, say that you can reach them with your echo before I lose my goddamn mind.
As this
Okay.
happens, can I cast Entangle on the ground underneath
Ooh.
them?
Yeah, sure.
We only need the Chihuahua for my plan,
So
but
the
do
thing
Fine, the
is,
ground underneath the Chihuahua, then. That's that one.
Well, it's
James.
like it's like 20 feet. So
Yeah,
you
it's like
can-
it's just 20 feet radius.
please just let it happen for me.
Okay.
I need to summon the echo from my position on the other side of the Chihuahua. Because I want to do a kickoff with the Chihuahua with my echo.
you
Okay.
punting the
And
Chihuahua.
as a very wise kangaroo once said in a very good book, Chihuahuas are the most aerodynamic dogs to kick.
What the hell book do you even
I have
read?
no idea what book this is.
I wanna
it's a
read it, though.
It's a German comedian entertainer who wrote a very funny book, and it's about a communistic kangaroo. It sounds very wild, and it is, but it's so funny. But also, it's just German, so I don't know
Yeah,
if
Germans
you
have
can
a
even
weird
get it.
sense of humor.
I mean, it
It's
sounds
very
funny.
well written. It's very clever, but so stupid at the same time. But it's about my favorite book. But yes, Chihuahuas are the most aerodynamic dogs to kick.
Are you punting the Chihuahua?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
So
making
you've
sure.
got your echo next to
Well,
it at the same time Azalea has cast Entangle. Is there a save for Entangle?
There is. Can I get a strength save, please?
Probably get more than one in
from the
it though.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, I might as well cast it around all of them because if I don't get the Chihuahua,
So
Wait, how's that Chihuahua got a
No.
higher strength than me?
well, the Chihuahua is restrained.
1 second. I might have pressed the wrong button there.
Well, it's a
And
zero.
two more. Wow. There's a 3, a 10, a 5, and an 8.
wow, they're all restrained.
Okay, yeah, they're all restrained.
Oh. It was easy.
Well,
They are.
I mean, it's going to be
they-
a little bit difficult for you to punt the Chihuahua now it's wrapped in vines, but you can try.
Wait.
Imagine them in the middle of this 20-foot, like
Just,
entangling
just-
mass of vines.
just so I can use my charisma for the attack. Can I, like, driver
Chihuahua's
hit
already
it with my
entangled.
sword as a golf hit? So,
Yeah, sure, you can do that. Sure.
So you're just putting an already trapped Chihuahua.
So you're trying to punt this Chihuahua.
yes.
I'm so
Okay.
confused.
Yeah, me too.
The Chihuahua's already restrained, by the way. I'm just
Yes.
okay. You're just
it's
kicking.
an-
You have advantage, by the way. I think with the. Oh no, it's not restrained. No, you don't have advantage.
think you
Yeah,
do.
someone called the RSPCA. Do you or do you not? I don't think
I'm
you have
looking.
restrained.
Attack rolls
I think
against creature have advantage.
you have advantage then. Yeah.
Yay. Nice.
22. This is a good hit. Can you roll your damage, please?
Yes, it would be blunt damage as I'm using the
The flat of the blade.
not the flat side, but the hard back of the
The
sword.
pommel.
Okay. Yeah.
You're gold
Yes.
swinging the pommel of your sword. This is-
Oh, that's a good.
You're gonna kill this dog.
So with an 8, okay, is it two-handed or one-handed?
One-handed.
Okay. I will say this: it's a Chihuahua. It's not very heavy. It's aerodynamic.
It's
It
restrained
goes-
though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's being hit and lifted.
Okay.
It will go flying. Let's say
Oh,
it
no.
goes flying 8.
Oh my god! All in one.
As it flies through the air, there's this very strange movement because the thing about dogs is they're very good on the ground, very good on all fours, but they're not very aerodynamic in the air. And so the dog kind of like morphs in shape as it flies through the air, and it kind of combines all of the lack of grace of a creature that's not meant to be in the air, like a quadrupedal creature that's not meant to be in the air, with all the gangliness of a bipedal creature that is probably also not meant to be flying through the air, land, and it's kind of this kind of shapeless bluish void of features, but it lands and it's back into Chihuahua form. It shakes itself and it dashes off into the red corn. Sorry, I had a moment
Why
there.
did you do that?
So the one dog that I wanted us to capture has escaped, and now we've got the other dogs.
The other dogs are like biting at the trying to get out.
Every
Also,
every
James,
vine that they're
how
biting
do I
into, there's like out around the teeth, his blood is coming out of them.
Oh wow, okay.
Also,
They
James, how
seem-
do I not?
Oh,
How do I not get a hero point for this?
If
it's
you use
fucking
any
This
hero
is
points,
so weird.
all you've done is
purpose.
use advantage to hit a dog.
Yeah,
I did golf him though.
And you
I did
made it
golf a
worse.
Chihuahua.
You made it worse.
So
But for no reason.
when the
What?
dogs
It's
realise
a
that they
fucking
are,
Doppelganger. Chihuahua.
yeah, so I
What's
should be
the
getting advantage.
worst about him?
No, when the creatures are
I do not
realise it
understand hero
hurts.
points.
Well, so but you have 3 of them. You get 1 back if you use it.
Yeah, but
at a
I've
level
used
up.
one.
Yeah, and I will give you 1 back
He
if it's
chooses
like
by his decision.
it's at my whim. At my
Yeah.
whim.
Right now he's sweltering hot in his room, so he's probably
Yeah,
not in
yeah.
the
At
most-
the minute, I'm absolutely cooking and trying to finish a sentence. So while the dogs realise that chewing these vines will hurt, they stop doing it. Do they get to make another save, or are they just trapped there until you decide they're not trapped there anymore?
Let me check.
I think they make a save at the end of the turn. But I am holding both crossbows after the dogs.
They can use their action to make another strength save.
Okay,
that's
they
it.
will do that in a moment. Old Red behind you. I'm trying to remember his voice. It's kind of like Scooby Doo. It goes, what on earth is happening here? And he kind of like someone. What's everyone's passive perception?
15.
15.
I think 15's the highest, unless his Zaga's got higher.
I've forgotten where. 14.
Yeah, 14 here as well.
14 with anyone who has a passive perception or even an insight over 13 will notice that Old Red kind of like is blinking a lot and he's shaking his head, and there's this kind of like sleep. There's like, you know, when you get dust in your eye or like sleep in the corner of your eye, there's this golden sleep kind of effect. He's blinking out and shaking, and he kind of shakes out and goes, oh, I'm not quite sure what's happening here.
Wait, Old Red, is this meant to be nap time?
No, my head. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Can I like go up to him and like look over and see if I can see anything weird?
Yeah, you can of course do that.
Medicine or survival? I don't know.
Either or.
We'll do survival. It's better. 12.
There's something like that's changed about him. So he had these like really kind of soulful doggy eyes, and at the moment they are more human eyes in a dog's head.
Oh no, he's gonna
Oh.
change back.
No, and he's
That
blinking,
looks horrifying.
and he's using his paws to wipe them all.
Wait,
And
so
he-
the eyes are like human looking. Wait, I'm so confused. So the eyes like human looking.
More human looking than they were. They're the same color and stuff, but like there's like a sharpness and intelligence that wasn't there before. As he's
Okay,
kind of like, he's like licking his paws and like trying to wipe them against his eyes, and he's shaking his head and he goes, I'm sorry. Oh, and his voice has gone from like this gravelly almost bark to much closer to human speech. It's still got like an element of woof to it, but not a lot. And he's brushing his eyes. I'm so sorry, so very confused. All of a sudden,
How
it's
do you
like,
feel?
like I've just woken up. Oh, like I've been in a dream for days.
Okay, well, how do you feel?
I feel like I've been drunk and now I'm sober. Apologies. I feel I'm not sure. The only thing I could think of is maybe I've been under some kind of spell, or I'm not sure. And as
Is the
he
Chihuahua a spellcaster?
as he's kind of doing this, the dogs at his feet are waking up and they're like stirring and, you know, getting themselves up. And they also have a far less stupid doggy look in their eyes. There's like sharpness and intelligence in all of their eyes that you hadn't seen on the the copies.
By the way, would I know what a doppelganger is?
No, never heard of them.
Can I do an Arcana check to figure out if I can tell what's going on here?
I feel like they're gonna turn back into people. Wait, they're not.
16.
So he's describing this dreamlike state that he's been in. There's this dust that's coming out of his eyes. It's weird. It's almost like a fairy tale. Like, you know, how the enchantment was broken and suddenly everyone was awake and could see, and the magic had gone. It's very much that. And whilst there's not a specific spell that you're aware of that does this kind of thing, there's this, obviously whatever's going on in this town / this vale is real weird. So perhaps maybe, I don't know, it's kind of like a fairy tale has ended and the real world is taking back over.
Okay.
But yeah, so the dogs that were asleep at his feet start waking up. They do their big stretch. They wake up and they're shaking their eyes, and they're also like brushing at their eyes. And this kind of like dust kind of falls off their eyes. It's like this goldeny sand color. It just evaporates off their eyes.
Can I like look? Does it like fall on the floor like something? Like,
no,
like
it kind of like
it just like vanishes.
It kind of like drifts away into like specks that sparkle in the sunlight and then just drift away. And they stand up, shake themselves, and like yawn and like, I feel very rested. Says the big black Labrador Chonko. He stretches and he goes, I feel like I've been asleep for days. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And Biff is the most confused looking because he was like, wasn't I just in my shop a few moments ago? And they all seem really spaced out and really confused as to what the hell's happening.
I want to go up to the entangled dogs, or quote unquote dogs, and I want to, because I think entangles, like you step in, you get trapped. So I want to get to like the edge of that range, and whichever dog's closest to me, I just want to like, I'm gonna hold out both crossbows to the dog and say, "What are you?" in its head.
You hear back the sound of a river flowing and birds tweeting and wind through the trees in summertime and the smell of petrichor.
Wait, what?
Intelligence stat-wise, I would expect that in half of our party's brains.
So petrichor,
No,
it's the smell of water on grass after a hot day.
Yeah, I'm just confused why I'm smelling it. Is anyone else smelling that?
No, you're the only one. And that sound of the river and the birds, that is not like an ambient sound. That was a response.
You good over there, Wolf?
They're speaking in like nature. That's all that I don't know.
Maybe ask.
Yeah.
Maybe ask Luna.
Who? Who's Luna?
Bunny. What? Yeah, Laffy. I was like Moon, Luna, Fitz.
Yes, I was about to. Laffy, can you talk to them? You spoke to them before. I tried to speak to its head, and I just got nature sounds.
I can try casting speak with animals, but I don't know if they're animals.
Well, just see if they say something.
Sure.
I'm limited to speaking in your head.
So I'll cast speak with animals, and then ask the same thing as Wolf and say, "What are you?"
You know, we can talk, we can answer. We just responded, and they're saying this all in unison in common. We responded in our own language.
That didn't answer my question. What are you?
For now,
I've already the crossbow close to whichever dog's speaking his face. Or just the
for now, we are merely visitors. Would you threaten someone who has done you no harm and done no harm to anyone here?
I mean, no harm is kind of a lie, considering you've pretty much put those dogs in a coma and then stolen their bodies.
Are they not awake now?
Why is everybody dogs? Did you do this?
No. We merely... This, again, is all in complete unison in this very soft, kind of featureless voice.
It's a different voice to what the dogs were using before.
Oh yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
completely different. And it's all coming out at the same timbre, same volume, and it's hard to tell. You can't hear individuals. It's all coming out exactly the same time.
Wait, are the dogs' mouths moving?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They respond. So we did not turn them into dogs. We merely took advantage of an opportunity.
So you merely adopted the darkness.
I was born there.
So, can I ask a question?
You can ask many questions.
Why did you run?
And why are you turning into dogs? Why? It doesn't
You
seem
see
like a smart. Doesn't seem.
Your associate approaches us, weapons drawn, even though no one here has felt harm at our hands.
Well,
This is why we
I
resort.
can't answer.
Well, we heard a whimper when you, did something to Biff. So I wouldn't say no harm, and I would say the fact that you are taking people's lives and literally changing them and not locking them, but keeping them under a canoe. Well, technically, you haven't hurt anyone. You're not doing good things.
this is identity theft, just so you're
You
aware.
wouldn't steal a car.
Yeah.
Our homes have been stolen from us. Therefore, we need a new home. And here, it was easier than anywhere else.
Well, where's your home then?
Our home is gone.
Doesn't answer my question. What is your home?
Our home was after. And now it is never to be.
Stop speaking in fucking riddles.
We are not speaking in riddles. Our words, the words we are forced to use, do not answer because they are incapable of communicating the truth.
Would you rather write it down?
That wouldn't help. I could perhaps draw you a picture. If you
It's
would
Just,
allow me.
it's just
Wow,
one person speaking through you all, or are you some sort of hive mind?
We are together.
So
So
many
the
new
last-
answers.
last-
We are not one. We are as one.
So you're just
Um,
very good at guessing what other people are going to say.
How your friend with the mask speaks without speaking, we feel in the same way.
Listen, I'm not a hive mind.
Well, can you see if you can feel the same thing telepathically with the others if it's the exact same mind?
What others? We were the
I'm
last.
talking to Wolf, not you guys.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Sorry, what's that again?
So, like, you had that mental conversation with one of them, and you just got back like bubbling springs or whatever.
Uh huh.
See, could you do the same thing with the others and see if it feels like exactly the same mind, or like different minds that are just speaking weirdly,
What? So?
like as if they are just one individual
Yeah.
consciousness.
Wait. What am I trying to do? I don't understand.
Basically, I'm asking if, like, when you speak telepathically, can you get a sense of an individual's mind or not?
I don't think so. It's like I'm talking, but I'm throwing my voice into your head.
Okay.
I don't get anything back unless I let you talk back.
So there's like it's weird. You've seen dog smiles, and dog smiles look
Jesus.
odd. And they so who would be there? Let's say Chonko, the big black Labrador.
You really like
Um,
Chonko.
I really like Chonko because I like big fat black Labradors. He looks up and says, "If it will help your understanding, I can speak for the others. We are individuals acting as one, as you are individuals acting as one. Though we are not Gestalt, we are as one here."
Can you show us
quite
your
the
true
same
form?
thing.
Sorry, I heard two people ask that.
Yes, we both said at the same time. You go.
So it's not quite the same thing. We don't speak as one.
You are divided. You have different drives. You have different ideas, different goals. We have one idea, one goal, and we act as one. We feel what the others feel. empathy machines.
Wait, so they all feel the same things, but are different people.
They're individuals who, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have true forms that aren't dogs? I'm assuming that's not your true form, since when my friend punted the dog, it went weird in the air.
They look at you and says, "We have many forms. We have questions ourselves.
Then please, don't let us take up all the time."
Why are you holding us here? What do you intend to do with us?"
I look around, shrug. I mean, it's a little bit startling when we see two pairs of the same, well, quote unquote, the same creature, at least lookalikes. So we just want to try and get a feel for why they're doing this.
We, as I said, are here to. And as he's talking, you hear a rustle from the corn behind you. We are here because our home was destroyed and we need a new one.
Why don't you just make a new one instead of stealing?
This is what we were doing. Whatever has caused these creatures to change, their forms to adapt, left them susceptible to our talents. And so we were here to make the most of this small town and then move along to a place that better suited us, if needed. Those in the boat, underneath the boat, would not have been harmed. Yet you approach us with weapons drawn and bind us in these thorns.
I want to tap Lou on the shoulder and be like, I think the Chihuahua's back behind us.
Who do you tap?
Lou.
Lou. Who is mute, apparently.
Lou, are you feeling okay?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Oh. I wasn't muted. I was speaking the entire time, but apparently you couldn't hear me.
We won't be able
no.
to hear mute.
God damn it. Yeah, just look behind me for any chihuahuas.
You don't see any chihuahuas. You do see Rusty in the corner.
Wait, no. Rusty's been doppelganged.
No.
On a
Rusty's
scale of 1 to Einstein, how smart is this version of Rusty looking?
They both look completely clueless.
Wait, so there's two Rusties.
There's one who is stood kind of near the boat, which is
Jeez.
Oh no, you're all down the hill. So yeah, you both they're basically, one of them slightly more in the corner than the other, and they're both staring at each other and walking towards each other
Quick, Rusty,
I'm gonna
only Rusty
no.
would know.
I'm gonna frantically turn to Wolf and be like, "Wolf, punch me."
Okay, I run up and
Trust me.
I know what you're doing.
I know what you're doing. Listen, in game terms, my unarmed strike does 0 damage. So can I just poke her with a bolt or a thing?
if you're wanting to make a mark and she's allowing you to punch her in the face,
Yeah.
you can punch someone in the face. Yeah,
I punch her. I don't punch her in the face. I punch her in the shoulder.
Just hurt me.
Why?
I don't want to punch her in the face. But I just
need you to hurt
I do
me.
1 point of damage. I punch her in the shoulder and do 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
So I really overact this, and I double over and go, "Ow!"
You also dramatically faint.
Both forms of Rusty look over. One bares its teeth, and then the other one rushes towards it, and then the other one follows very, very quickly.
Okay, so
Can I summon my echo behind the one that hesitated, and with the echo hold it at its shoulder?
Yeah,
Is that
sure.
possible?
Yeah, sure.
And just shake my head.
Yeah, sure. So as this is all happening, Azalea, Entangle only lasts for a minute, so that will be ending in the next few seconds.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you've got Rusty. You got one Rusty by the arm. He's straining against the shadow, Are you trying to hold him there?
I just want to make it obvious that he shouldn't be moving.
He hisses at you and says in Rusty's voice, "She's hurt! She's hurt!" And he tries to shake off
What's
the
the
shadow.
other one doing?
The other
Don't
one's running up to Laffy to make sure she's okay.
don't try and intimidate Rusty. He's one of a kind.
This particular version of Rusty scratches at you with its claws. And will make an unarmed attack against the shadow. Oh, what's unarmed attack? I'll just make long sword. It's the same thing as proficient. 22 will hit, and unarmed attack will dispel the shadow, and he rushes over to Laffy. Doesn't pay the other Rusty any attention at all. Is only making sure she's okay. And the other one is exactly the same.
Prepare
I
my,
want to keep track of which one is which. Can you mark the token?
No, because that would give it away.
Well, no, which one was the weird one? Or the one that was held, sorry.
The one that hissed and the one that was still like slightly behind?
Yeah.
Okay, can you make perception checks then, please?
I
I
just
just
noticed
summoned my
something.
echo behind him.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh,
As
no.
the entanglement like kind of lifts, you turn around to like say, "Can you mark them?" And there's one of everyone. Sorry, two of everyone.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do is, as that happens, I want to just take stock of the position everyone is currently in. Just...
I just want to summon... Since my echo was destroyed, I want to summon my echo behind the fake Kudo.
There's 3 kudos.
Kudo's not been duplicated.
Oh.
Oh.
Then I
Oh,
want
that's true,
to
so
summon my echo behind a fake wolf.
Wait,
I
don't do
know
that.
which...
That's much more confusing.
Wait! I have a better idea. I use prestidigitation to color the fake wolf red.
Okay.
And I know fake wolf from the position.
Okay. Cool.
Wait, I have an idea.
Can I make a big red cross? X marks the target.
Yeah, sure.
I think mine might be easy because I want to take my mask off.
Okay. So you reach up to take your mask off.
Yes, I want to see what
Yeah.
they do. I want to reach up to start going to try and do it, but I want to see. What
They're just kind of like stood there waving 2 crossbows about, looking at the others, like really confused as to what the hell's going on and why this big red X is above them. A very wolf. In fact, let me just make a deception.
I'm terrible at that, but they're probably better. Hey, she's fake. She's good at deceiving.
21. Are you sure that like this X above them is on the right? Are you 100% sure that this red X is
Yes.
on the right? Are you that you're not really like? Oh, hang on a minute, because this is all very confusing. Because we're at the bottom of this hill, like we were right next to the entanglement. That's gone now. There's this big thing with Rusty. Oh shit, which one's which? There's one that's to go and take the mask off, and one with the big red X. And you, at first you were pretty sure. Now you're like 50-50 that you got it right.
Wait, I need to figure something out. I need to figure out if these doppelgangers have got our memories too. So, I'm going to turn to what I assume is the fake wolf, and I'm going to say, "Where did you grow up?"
There's this moment of confusion on their face, and then a smile, and then you hear in that same flat voice, "Well, this one was a very poor choice. I'd not heard that voice before." Good point. And they are going to turn into Old Red and dash towards the corn.
I'm going to, as I start moving, I'm going to use my blood curse of binding.
Okay.
So I'm going to reach out a hand as they do it, and I pull out from like a pocket like ash or smoke, and I want to throw it.
Yep.
And it needs to make a strength save. It's never going to work.
Hey.
Yep, they're fine.
Okay. They make it to the corn.
Oh wait, I hurt myself, don't I?
Yeah. They make it to the corn.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Max damage again on that
Always.
melody. That's insane. So yeah, there's this moment of like still, and the others are there. I'm going to make a couple more.
Well, I'm going to say, I'm just going to put my hand up and say, "Well, I'm the real one."
So there's one of them is. So let's say who that is. The one that. So there's two azaleas, and you're almost. Well, in fact, you can't tell which one's which. Though the one that's duplicating Lou doesn't quite have the swagger down. Doesn't quite, it doesn't quite have the
doesn't
body
have the
language
lust
right.
for money.
Yeah, it doesn't have the lust for money right, and then, there's the self-assuredness that Lou has that this particular one hasn't been, so this one I will mark them on the map is quite. It's not obvious, but it's like not. You can tell it isn't Lou, but the azaleas you can't tell.
I want to
apart.
say in both the azaleas' heads simultaneously. Why were you so quiet over the last few days? What is wrong with you?
Maybe I'm the clone. That's quite persuading.
Well done.
You hear one back say that, and one say back. In your head, you hear back. Well, that would be telling, but because it's psychic and it's both in the same voice, you don't know who answered.
Fuck's sake.
Can I?
How much money have you given me?
Wait,
until
so
now?
they've turned back into the dogs now, haven't they?
No,
Just the one that was me.
Yeah, the one that was
It
you
turned
was
into
ran
old red
into
and
the
ran
field.
off.
Yeah, it's ran off. Yeah.
Can I cast detect magic?
Yes, you can.
Do the doppelgangers give off different
Yes, I'm going to
pings
restrain.
than the originals?
No, there's no magic being used there.
Before I forget, I would like to restrain my doppelganger with a whip.
Okay, so you can you make a? So how are you doing that? Are you going to grapple them or what?
I'm going to wrap the chain around them, and you said that at the end of it, there's these like small fangs, like claws.
Yeah, but how are you going to do that? They're not going to stand there and let you do that.
I'm going to try to Indiana Jones their feet together.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can you make an attack throw then? An
Yes.
attack. Yeah.
Do I get advantage because it's surprise?
No, this is a surprise. Wow. No, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. 25. I will say. Yeah, that works. You tie their feet together with this whip. You fling it out like bowlers around their legs, and they collapse on the floor. And again, there's this moment of it's like a blink where the body kind of loses all form and specificity, if that's the word, and then they go back to being Lou. But Lou, this is something you've seen before. You remember as you entered Haven Orel, there was a guard who sneezed, and a very similar thing happened. Almost identical.
Fuck.
What the fuck?
That's bad news. Okay.
It's a virus.
No. Did you
Well, I'm
just...
going to further restrain them with my robe.
Okay.
To like ensure that they can't just, shapeshift and get out of the bind. And
James,
while
did you
I'm
just...
doing it, I'm discreetly searching them for money.
They have no. Where'd you put your hands in their pockets? The pockets are not pockets. They just look like pockets.
Oh god damn it.
James, did you just rip the whole plot from the movie Assimilate?
I've not seen that movie.
Okay.
Oh,
This is a pretty regular plot of things.
Yeah, this is not stretching any creative muscles.
Okay,
here.
so we
Yeah,
have two
true.
Rusties and two Azaleas.
And as you say
And
that,
two Lus.
from the there's like waves in
Don't
the
you
corn,
dare.
and you hear
Don't you dare.
Laffy calling out for help, and both Rusty's ears prick up and look up at the one they've been looking at, and look into the corn, and they hear the cry again, and they both dash off into the corn.
I want to try and
God
grab
damn it.
either of them.
Wait,
trying-
Laffy, let me hit you.
Wait,
Can I try and grab either of them as they run off?
Yeah, sure, of course you can.
Wait, Laffy, let me hit you, then he comes back.
It's like ping pong.
So can you make a strength
Is
or
it
grapple
okay?
check?
Oh, it's strength, isn't it? Can I
Yes.
get dex? Because I'm quickly going to try and do it.
No, that's not how it works.
Well, I don't know.
Can I get wisdom because I'm using a special
No.
throw?
Is it a check or is it a
It's a grapple. It's whatever you use to grapple. I don't know. I don't grapple. That's something chumps do.
athletics, isn't it?
Mhm.
2.
2. So I'm gonna roll
Yeah,
a
that one,
D4.
please. I'm gonna need that.
Oh no, I'm gonna roll a D1, 2, a D2, and they whoever it gets is gonna make. Okay, they're gonna make a strength check to throw you off.
Listen, it doesn't fail.
Yeah, they throw you off. Rusty throws your hand off, and then both of them are in the corn.
Oh, for
Luna,
fuck's
can I
sake.
hit you?
I was gonna say, while a lot of them are distracted and in the corn, can I wild shape into the mayor dog and pretend to be one of them?
James, this was my fucking plan.
Oh my god!
This is
Okay.
my plan all along.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah, you turn into old Red, but the difference is in wild shape you can't talk. You would know that. You would be a dog.
But
You would
she
look
has to speak with
exactly
animals
like it.
Casts, so
Yeah, but she's not going to be talking with animals.
She'll
She's
speak.
going to be an animal.
she still speak. She still do animal shit.
Yeah, she can talk animal.
I mean, I could talk to the horse.
the horse. Yeah, because the horse is an animal.
Okay.
But yeah, you turn into the mare dog.
I just
who
want to
looks-
follow them and see where they're going.
Okay, you dive. You go into the corn.
Oh, this is so confusing.
It's very ancient looking corn. The rainbow corn looks like jewels. It's stunning to look at, and it sways in the breeze. And you hear panting and the crack, the jingle of armor as Rusty's going off into the distance. You hear like the footfalls of like feet, and then there's silence, and then there's this occasional move. And there's in the corn there's this smell like it's maybe the mud. The smell of the mud is like just vaguely metallic as you run through your dog. You are an animal. But your senses are heightened. There's this metallic smell. It's quite unpleasant actually in the corn. It's not very nice, and like this you sniffing around. Can you make a perception check, please?
I can.
It's with the. Oh no, it's your perception.
No, it's with the. No, it's like whichever's higher, I think.
Yeah.
Since it's sniffing, you have advantage because it's dogs. Okay. What? So dived in, and then they've kind of like fanned out and back round while one of them has run deeper into the corn. So, so two of them have kind of gone into the corn a little bit and then gone left and right and headed back towards the town. And one of them's carried straight on in deep to the corn, if that makes sense. So they're kind of like, I'll draw it on the map, freehand. So one of them's done this, one of them's done this call's never going to show up. Whoever picked that one, what an idiot. One of them's done this, and one of them has done kind of this. If that makes sense. So one to the left, one to the right, one straight ahead.
Wait, are we missing? Wait, what are the? I'm so confused about the numbers now.
So there's two Lus, two Azaleas.
Yes,
two
they're
Rusties.
both. Well,
You're
Lou is
two
right.
Laffys.
We are missing 2 Rusties and 1 Laffy.
Yeah, two
that's,
Rusties, and you heard a Laffy. So presumably in the corn, there's one real Rusty and two of these strange.
Oh, okay, that's true. Well, okay. What's the fake? What are the azaleas doing?
The Azaleas.
Well, I think I've turned to the other Azalea, and I think I'm trying to kind of have a conversation with her while all of this shenanigans is going on.
Yeah, I kind of imagine they've taken a step back, and
Yeah.
they're just kind of hanging. Like, there's no like ill will. Like, so you're talking to yourself, and all the mannerisms are there, and you know that one of them, you know, chatting away. One was just, "Can I just have a look at your hand?" And I, "Oh, you know, your hands are, you know, beautiful, best hands I've seen in a while." Just like little compliments, you know. "Oh, your form's very light." You know?
cheers.
Yeah. Is this when you picked yourself? I like your nose, kind of thing. And just kind of weird comments and compliments you wouldn't get, but you kind of sat off to the side, and it's from the outside. It's impossible to know which one's which. Obviously, you know who you are, I hope.
I don't know. Maybe
What
that
are
was a
we?
good persuasion.
What languages do you speak?
Oh, let me have a quick look.
I speak Common, Elven, Sylvan, and Draconic.
Okay, so you're chatting away, and you did. Wolf mention about you did mention about the weird kind of animal noises and stuff. The one you're talking to starts talking in common, and they, as you get chatty with friends, people you know for a long time, your conversation relaxes and goes back to what it would be naturally, and you're having this conversation again, and after a minute or two, you realise that they had slipped into this kind of nature speech that you can understand really well. It makes perfect sense to you. It's like, yeah, you don't know where you've heard it before. You've definitely heard it before. And the stuff they're talking about, we came from the after, and it's the after's not there anymore. It's easier to communicate this in this this language of the natural sounds. It's kind of more concepts. So yeah, it kind of starts making a little bit more sense,
And do I recognize it as one of the languages I know, or I just innately know it somehow?
You innately know it, but it isn't Elvish or Draconic.
Or Sylvan?
It could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like if I'd learned Sylvan, I would know that it's Sylvan, right?
It's like saying, I don't know, they're speaking French.
Yeah, somehow I know French,
Yeah.
but I don't know that it's French.
Yeah, you would know, you can't remember where you've heard this language before. Maybe it's like the language is like the language of dreams, almost. The language of dreams is an adequate.
Can we hear this as well?
You you see the mouths moving, and you hear this tweeting and this babbling brooks and these wavy corns.
Can I tell which one's saying that?
No, it's like both talking in Sylvan.
We're both speaking it. Okay.
Can I?
Can I ask her? So can you do what I can do?
I don't know what you can do. What can you do?
Don't show her.
Oh, well, it's just something small, and I press to digitate a little ball of water in my hand, or what seems like water.
Oh wow! So they hold their hand out, and you see what appears to be a ball of water appear in their hand, but it's solid. It's more like a boil. That's kind of and then you kind of recoil from it, and they kind of make it disappear. And Tanuki, as you detect that, you detect Azalea's prestidigitation, but you don't detect whatever happened in her palm.
Okay, can I wait? Prestidigitation. What can I all do with it? Clean or something? Chill,
Oh
warm.
no, I think I've clocked what they are. Right?
They're one of two things, in my mind at least, or in my mind not.
Can I make a small exclamation mark over the fake one? The one
Which one's the fake one?
The one that didn't do magic.
How do you know that's fake? You can't hear what they're talking about. You can't understand what they're saying.
Yeah, but I know what Azalea's magic looks like.
You don't know what their magic looks like.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, but I know what Azalea doesn't do, a weird.
I mean, I do
Please.
pretty gross looking
She
stuff.
does do pretty gross looking
James,
shit.
James, you're pissing me off. I'm gonna use the scroll of comprehend languages.
Okay, you can hear, you understand them. Yeah, you're just having a conversation.
And I want to just go closer and listen.
Okay, yeah, you're hearing them chatting. Well, yeah, I can't do that. What did you learn that, or were you born doing that?
A little bit of both.
Wow.
Can I lean forward and whisper something? I want to make sure Wolf isn't hearing this. I want to whisper something to her.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a changeling?
I don't want to alarm you, but yeah, are you a changeling?
No.
How do you know? How can you talk? So there's this whittering going on, both talking in this language, and it's how did you know what we are? Because we don't really, we don't get out much. This is I didn't know. Well, there was those kids, but we don't usually. We were forced here.
Well, I've lived in a forest all my life. All sorts of strange things happen in there.
Oh, Like at this point, they're gonna. I assume that like Lou, Cerulean Wolf, you're like getting closer and closer, putting your ear like. Oh!
Well, I asked. I did say I was listening. Can I make a perception check? See
Yeah,
if I
you
hear
can make a
this?
perception check. Yeah. Where is it?
19.
Okay, you would have caught the tail end of that, yeah. And then like she's going, oh, we're being listened to. Sorry, this is a private conversation.
Yeah, Wolf, actually. I'm so sorry.
You're not the only one that get those.
Let's fucking walk off.
Yeah,
Raising the scroll.
I think we're gonna leave because it's getting a bit hairy here, and from the corn emerges two Laffies. Two Laffies.
Wait, two Laffies? We know Laffy turned into a dog, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them has a bruise on the left eye, and one of them has a bruise on the left cheek.
Wait, so I'm not a dog anymore?
You're
You
still
tell
a
me.
dog.
You're still a dog. Yeah.
They're both fake.
They're both.
Yeah, they're both fake. Because I
know they're both fake. You know they're both fake.
Yeah, our
They don't know
characters
they're
are.
both fake.
Oh, I could use this to my advantage.
Oh, jeez. Can I say to
So
them?
they walk out and they walk up to Azalea. This one that's tied up on the floor, this one with Lou, what's happening to it?
Wait,
During this entire time, Lou has been sitting on top of her other self, like on her stomach, and is trying to see like, how can I prove that someone like you isn't who they are? And basically took her dagger and like did a small cut on other Lou's finger to see if the blood is still red.
The blood, it's a small cut. This isn't like a stab.
No, just
the
like
blood-
a few drops at
Yeah.
Sneak attack!
The blood is like a. It's a very dark red at first, and then kind of goes a bit greeny, and then goes back to red, and then they kind of focus, and the cut appears to heal, but every so often like a drop of blood will appear at the tip of the finger.
wait.
Okay.
When the two Laffies come out of the cornfield, we are still missing one Rusty at least. Can I call into the cornfield? Rusty, Laffies are back here and they are both hurt.
Okay. You hear like a crunching and barreling sound, and you see the corn just being battered down and like emerging from the corn, just looking absolutely feral with bits of like twigs and all sorts of crap just all over him, looking absolutely panicked. Rusty bashes out the corn like, and he like sees the two Laffies, and it's almost like all of his Christmases have come at once, and he realizes what's happening.
Well, we found the real Rusty.
And then they look at him, and then he kind of like, I'm trying to think who. I think he would head towards Wolf at this point because he doesn't know what the hell's going on, and he doesn't know which one's which. He goes, "What's going on? I don't understand."
I'm trying to figure out what I know and what Wolf knows.
Can I just use Mage Hand to slightly pet his head?
Yeah, he
Calm
looks really
him.
stressed out. Yeah, bless him.
Okay,
I want to calm him.
Rusty.
Yes.
Is it weird that I see Rusty more as a pet than a person?
Yes.
Yeah,
he is a person.
Yeah.
Sorry,
What kind of
No.
monster are you?
he behaves like
I think we're more as a child.
Yeah, that's better. Okay,
fair.
Rusty.
A special child.
Rusty, to be honest, I don't really know what's going on either. Because I went over to Azaleas, plural. So, Rusty, I'm also a little bit stressed. So,
Hey, I'm the only one that hasn't had a
you can't hear what I'm
doppelganger
saying.
yet.
One of the Laffies looks at you, winks, and turns into you.
Yay!
It's like, see, we can do it. It's just,
Wait,
why
can
would
you
we
use-
want to? And then we
Can
turn
you
back
use-
into Laffy.
Oh, fuck off.
What a paw! Oh my god.
Okay,
But as you say, would you mind getting off? This is to Lou. Would you mind getting off? We, as I said, how would you say it? The vibes are off. We're gonna go. We didn't mean to hurt anyone, and I know, like, when people are asleep and they're under the enchantment, they don't get hungry. They don't get wet. They don't get cold. We put them under the canoe. They're perfectly safe. I appreciate that it's very strange, but you've got to learn to, you know, just sometimes not trust your senses, but also don't come at us swinging. This has all been very stressful. So we're going to go, if that's okay with you. And if it'll help you feel any better, they all snap their fingers and they all turn into just like generic NPC ones, like presets. So the two Laffies turn into like two generic looking elves. The Lou that was being sat on is suddenly this like bearded human fella. And Azalea, the one next to you, is this half orc woman in like long flowing dress, kind of like almost like acolyte robes, and she says, "Now, darling, thank you for your understanding. At least, if you wouldn't mind getting up off our sister, we're gonna hit the road. You won't see us.
Inconvenience.
You won't see us again, but we might see you again. But please, give our
See
apologies."
you again.
Can we just kill him?
Honestly, I see no fault from our side because just basically tranquilizing someone, putting them under a canoe and thinking, A-okay, perfect. That's not... Nah.
Well,
Nah.
you know, we're from a different place, a faraway place where things are very different for us. And when you can't, well, you know, when you're not strong, you're not fast, you don't have claws, you got to use what wiles you have.
Yeah, I understand that now, but from our perspective, not cool. Like, you know, in our society, expect this reaction from probably 90% or more.
Big smile
people.
on all four faces because, I don't think we'll have this reaction again. I think we'll be a bit smarter next time. And they start walking down the road and
Hey, wait, is Lou
You're
still
welcome
sitting
for
on
the
the
Well,
learning
one of them.
opportunity.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Lou has not stood up.
Oh, have you not got off?
No, I'm waiting for my 5 copper.
And they're still like tied tied up, aren't they?
Their feet are tied together, but like the other ones head towards them and, you know, gently. They're not aggressive in the way. They take it off her feet off his feet and pull them up and get Lou off them. I mean,
You're
if you'll
welcome
allow
for the
them.
learning opportunity.
Fine, I won't be aggressive, but I'm clearly a little displeased.
Excellent.
I don't know if this will work, but I do want to try and make one of my tokens to give to the one that was the orc one now.
Okay.
Did attack? No, just kidding.
So I'm pulling out a tooth.
What
Of
the
yours
fuck?
or
Yeah, of mine. Yeah.
Pull out one
Oh.
of their teeth.
What?
wow? Okay. Thank you so much. I guess.
This might let us talk at some point in the future. Maybe, I don't know.
You better
Well,
stick to the
what's-
list for the entire campaign now.
What's your name? Sorry,
I'm Azalea. And yours?
Azalea. Oh, well, it does. We don't. It's weird. We don't have names like that. We don't have identifiers. We have thoughts, and so she says, out of the voice comes the like a morning bird sharp. You know the sharp calls you hear of birds in the morning. That like those ones that are trying to shout over all the other birds and all the other noise as the dawn comes up and everything goes fucking haywire. It's that noise. It's that sharp tweet that comes out. Their noise is just it doesn't really translate.
It's like their name is basically like first bird song of the morning.
Yeah, effectively. You can call me Anna. Anna works.
Okay, yeah, it was lovely to meet you, Anna.
I'm
sorry for my friends.
It's okay. We're quite used to it. Bye, dogs. And like the dogs, like got the hackles up and growling a little bit, and they just kind of shrug. And as they walk away down the road, their forms like strobe. Like they just adopt dozens of forms. Yeah, well, like, as they walk away, it's basically like they've got the they've just got a I don't know, like a tombola of identity, and they're just spinning it for the sake of it. Like a new form every couple of seconds, kind of thing, as they walk away. And every time they do it, it's flawless. And you can't detect any magic. Laffy, I'm assuming you're observing this from in the corner somewhere. Still as well, their smell changes every single time they change, so you can't identify them by smell. And even though they're walking in a straight line, they're kind of 2-3 feet apart. Every time they land on a new form, they sometimes go to the forms that their others had. So, like, you know, the half-orc woman in the robe was second in from the left, is now on the far right, and like the smell is identical. It is almost like you cannot differentiate who's who. You would swear that every time that they land on a form, they have always been that form. It's whatever they're using to transform is beyond the scope of your understanding.
Right.
Guys,
No. Yes.
So wait, they've gone now, right?
They're walking away, yeah, and they're like
Right.
kind of waving at the dogs. The dogs are not happy. The dogs are all really pissed off.
I'm gonna turn back into
That's-
myself and just head straight for Rusty and just pull him into the biggest hug ever.
Don't let that happen again. I didn't understand. What?
Obviously, none of us understand.
Can we have a secret code word that only we know?
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Can it be hugs?
No.
Yeah, it can.
It can be hugs. Thank
Yeah.
you. The old red trots down and goes, I don't understand what was that.
Neither do we.
What did it, so they said that because of our dog forms, they found it easier to control us. That must have been that strange sensation I had of being kind of in a dream or being drunk. Everything was so simple for a few days. Even things that didn't make sense made sense.
So
Well,
wait,
I don't even know how long it's been.
you don't want to be dogs?
Well, I can't speak for everybody, but for a while it seemed that all the decisions were very straightforward and were being made by somebody else. But I've been in this form now for a few years, and between you and me, no, I would not like to turn back. It's much easier being a dog. It's easier to get about.
dogs don't need money, and Lou goes running away.
Okay.
Huh?
Well, we do trade. We do trade.
I'm not there anymore.
Okay. Well, we do trade, as I said, but it's been a very unusual day. But it seems as though, as I say, we were under this strange enchantment where everything was like a dream or a story. Allow me to apologise if anything has happened to you whilst you've been here. I am the mayor here, and you see the other dogs have kind of like got the hackles down and seem to be just going back to what they were doing beforehand. But yes, if there's anything you need,
Well, we're all fine.
Are they going back to nap time?
no, I don't think. Well, they've been there asleep. It looks for a little while, and Biff is heading back towards his shop. Everyone else is kind of shaking. The little Chihuahua is just like really.
Oh
befuddled.
yeah, the actual dogs are now normal. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so let me
Chihuahua
get
is
this
just
right.
trembling about.
So let me get this straight. You don't want us to help you turn back into people.
But me personally, I would prefer, given the option, to remain a dog. We've never really asked the question. There were a few of us of the town a month or so back who wanted the ability to come back to being human to do specific tasks. But they went away. We've not seen them since. There's about 10 of them left, and we've not seen or heard from them since. But yes, I'm quite happy. I believe everyone else is quite happy too.
Okay.
I mean, you could ask them, but I wouldn't even know where to begin of turning back to a human. And I'm not a magical. I'm not a wizard.
I have a sneaking suspicion that it's got something to do with the well.
So do I.
Well, it is the only the water from the river rather, is too magical. We would not recommend you drink from it for any prolonged period of time. It's a well, years ago when we first arrived, we tried drinking from the stream and it sent us all a bit doolally. And then we started drinking from the well, and we were humans, and then slowly we started turning one by one into dogs. And of course, at the time, it was great panic. But then we realized.
Do you think it was the stream that turned you into dogs?
Well,
River, drinking from the river.
no, we don't believe it was the river, because it was one of those things you drank it, and there was an immediate effect, kind of as soon as you finish your drink.
Oh, that's
The
fine.
well, yes, I would not recommend drinking from it if you can avoid it. The well itself was made, and we assumed that the magic was filtered through the what would you call it? The basalt, the rock. Yes, the soil. So the majority of the magic was perhaps removed, but perhaps it was the river. As I said, though, I for one am much happier.
Oh
Much
yes.
fitter.
Now that you're yourself, do you know anything about the flowers that line the well? Tell them about the purple ones.
Well, they're relatively new, I'd say.
Relatively new,
seasonal.
like a few years.
No, I'd say in the last couple of weeks. We they are. I was not paid much attention to them, if I'm being perfectly honest. They kind of appeared, and because none of us are gardeners, I just assumed they were weeds.
Did you notice anything specific that happened before the plants appeared?
Hmm.
The flowers,
Well,
I mean.
The flowers. It was just. I'd say it was. Well, it was after. Nor was it before? Excuse me. Well, I'm thinking now. I didn't mark it. You see, I just kind of noticed them one day. I think it was before the group of the 8 of us who wanted to be able to turn back left. I think the flowers came first, and then they led. But it wasn't a cause and effect. They'd been talking about it for a little while. There was a few months before the flowers came. There was there was the lines between the two villages were cut. I meant we couldn't.
Lines.
Yes,
Oh, the copper.
yes, the copper along there. So I don't know if you've seen this before. It allows for rapid communication between the villages. The lines were cut, but that happens in adverse weather. And I will say the quality of the corn took a bit of a nosedive around the same time.
Wait, same time the line
As
was
the
cut?
as the flowers appeared.
Oh, the
yes.
flowers, but okay.
Yes. And we have not heard anything from further in the Vale for months and months and months, but that is not unusual. We could go a long time without speaking to them. We were meant to be setting this up as a trade hub, but that really never happened. We just live here now.
Are
Can
you
Oh, sorry.
are you dependent on the corn as, like, I don't know, what do you actually
Yeah, the dogs eat corn?
as
Well, no, we don't. We depend more on the fish from the river. However,
Aren't they like
okay.
magical fish?
well, no, the fish I think are just kind of used to it, and we just eat them. But we eat some corn, cereal in your diet, that kind of thing. It's not us who are dependent on it, rather the rest of the Vale. We try to keep on top of it. It's not hard for doctors to collect corn. We send it down to Hearth Prairie, and you previously had sent it. The corn swelled from further in the Vale. It kind of grew outwards, where just which is that's where it's planted originally, and that's where it's kind of originated from. So yes, but we recommended before we turned into dogs, we'd recommended a rotation of the crop, but that for some reason was not paid attention to. I recommended switching to potatoes and carrots and corn, but no, it's corn. But we don't really eat much of it unless we have to. It doesn't taste very nice.
Wait, it doesn't taste very nice?
Not really. No, maybe it's dog palate, but it doesn't taste very nice. I don't think so.
Someone want to try the corn?
Well, by all means, it's some of it. Well, you could take a husk if you like.
Can I have a look at the corn, because I'm pretty good at identifying plants and working out what's going on.
Yeah, sure. So you examine the corn at a glance. It's jeweled like rainbow corn. But if you'd like to make a nature check or something like that, or any kind of
Absolutely, because it's one of my special skills as well.
Oh yeah, so by all means
Add
that to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think this is the first one.
I've definitely not used mine.
Hey,
Okay, and
let's
then
have this other dice.
What's the dice?
it's a D12 for this one.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Okay, it's a
be
big
good,
one.
be juicy.
It's gonna be a 1. Oh, it's a 10.
Oh, a 10. Yeah,
Oh,
18.
sorry, yeah, I went twice.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's an 18. So you examining this corn, it's got all the jeweled things you'd expect to see on there. But one of the things that you notice as you are examining it is it's quite heavy, and there's definite coloration that isn't. It's a little bit more uniform than you'd expect from this specific type of corn. Like the rainbow corn, it has, it's like jewels, all whole different shades and stuff. This is a little bit more uniform, and it's like a deep scarlet red. Primarily, it's the main color. You sniff it, it smells just like corn. The husks are pretty normal, but I say it's a little bit more uniform in color. Kind of imagine like a red sweet corn. The closer you examine it. But are you gonna eat it? Try it?
Do I think with that check that it might be dangerous or do anything, or it seems just kind of?
You've heard that like this is being eaten. Like this corn is not. This is the same corn that was further down in the Vale in Hearth Prairie, and that was like their main food source.
Cool. I'll pop a kernel.
Pop a kernel. Okay. It is not great. It's bitter. That's the first thing. And as you chew it, it's bitter.
Corn.
It's a corn, and it's got like this, like it's just copper. It's just not nice. It's like sharp, coppery, and you like chew it down, and like there's an aftertaste that lingers, and as it lingers, you kind of get used to it. It's like, okay, it's not terrible, but yeah, like given the choice between this and literally anything else that was edible, you'd probably go for the other thing.
What's it like?
Oh, we shouldn't take any of that.
Not good?
No, not good. Ooh.
No, I did say we're not fans of it. We just grow it because it's what's asked of us.
Can I try a bit? I'm just curious.
Yeah, hand it over.
I'm just like,
Perhaps if you were
I
to-
pop a kernel.
Yeah, perhaps if you were to cook it, you'd have more joy. I mean, we make bread out of it, but yeah, it's exactly the same thing. It's sharp, it's bitter. The texture's fine. The mouthfeel is corn, but the experience is no bueno.
Hey, Laffy.
Did you say coppery?
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a coppery element to it.
Like
Ooh,
metal?
like blood.
Like blood?
Like
Is this James? Is this blood corn?
No, it's not blood corn. Like it's not
I don't
bloody.
believe-
Like
I
it
don't
doesn't. It
believe
doesn't
you.
taste of blood. It's just got like a metallic-y. Like if you ever put a penny in your mouth and then like take it out and you can still kind of like you can still taste it afterwards. It's kind of like that.
It's just pink inside.
Yeah, Laffy, could you do anything with this? I know you're.
Well, it's
Well, you said you're quite a cook.
I could try.
Can we have some popcorn?
I was gonna say, I
I
could
was
make.
thinking cornbread.
I mean, does it? If it tastes gross, then I'm gonna have to add a lot to it. But I can take some. You know.
Do you have any spices?
Well,
I have some dried herbs.
there's the shop as well. We don't have a great deal of spices.
We probably have salt.
Salt. We have salt. Yes, we can do salt, pepper, mustard. You kind of with no
Sure,
garlic. We no garlic and dogs does not agree. Yes, we have some rosemary, some thyme, some oregano.
So you have stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we have. Well, this is a functional village. It's just being dogs, our priorities are not in the commercial.
What's
I think
his priorities?
Well, the priorities are mainly. This is why it's so fun being a dog. It's primarily frolicking and fucking about. It's quite fun.
Do you know tricks?
That's rather demeaning, my dear.
Oh,
But
sorry.
I can offer a paw, and he kind of sits down and raises his paw. I
Take
can
it.
roll over, but I can speak. 1, 2.
Oh
Yes,
Jesus!
indeed.
Stop doing. Jason did that last time.
Yes.
Good
but
boy.
yeah.
I throw him a piece of jerky. Good boy.
He grabs it out there and goes, once you embrace the inner pooch, life does get easier. I will say,
Life finds a way.
life
Oh,
is
no.
when you embrace the dog within, you wake up every day
In
with a
every
wet nose
person.
and a waggy tail.
In every
Yeah, inside every
there's two
person there are
dogs.
It sounds like a
wolves.
great title for a self-help book. Embrace the dog within.
Embrace the dog within. Sleeping in the afternoon. If you don't have a job, then you don't have to get up for work. You don't want to do. You just want to get out for your morning run, your morning swim, whatever you want. We bring in the corn kind of as and when we choose. It's wonderful. But yes, I mean the town itself is. I will say we are not quite in your debt because I'm still not quite sure what's happened here. But the town is yours if you would like to, explore. There are shops. I see Biff is back into his ye olde magic shop. if you would like to. There, and also, if I may, one of the main reasons I personally came here, but just since lost interest in being a dog, is at the front of the town near the lighthouse. There was a few shipwrecks dating back many years, and one of the things in there is rumored to be an old war galleon that just sank, and there's rumors of treasure, but to say we've not really.
Under the water, or like partially up?
Well, if it sank, it's presumably under the water.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I will say this: there are bits of the boat that are on land, but it is largely we assume, because we've kind of looked around. We are dogs, but we're not completely idle. We have we've tried to get an understanding, but it's kind of beyond us. We don't have the thumbs for it.
Yeah, well, do you have anything you want us to do to help around while we're passing through?
Well, if you don't mind, there is something rather personal I would ask. Could we speak in private for a moment?
No one else heard.
Well, okay. Well, being a town of dogs, and he looks at the four of you, and I know Lou's run off, but kudos there, and the rest of you there. He looks at you with these kind of big sad eyes. Yes. Being a town of dogs.
Aren't you missing Rusty?
Oh, Rusty is here.
Rusty makes 4.
Rusty makes 4.
Nope, it's 5.
No.
5. Sorry, I cannot count. No,
For some reason I didn't count myself. When I was
also miscounting. Anyway, regardless, theatre of the mind. As a town of dogs, we do not have hands. We only have paws. There is somewhat of a problem with excrement. We try to keep it clean, away from the walkways. We don't want to dump it in the river. So if anything you can think of to help with that, we're not going to ask you to solve the problem, but any suggestions you may have for what we have colloquially named the shit pit, please let me know.
You could all learn the prestidigitate cantrip and just slowly chip away at it.
You can do that, right, Celia?
Yes, but it would take an awful long time.
Oh.
At the moment, it is. I mean, poor Biff. It's also particularly unpleasant on a warm day, shall I say. But
the great stink.
Yes, I have got to go. But please, the town is at your disposal. If you do wish to explore for a sunken treasure of pirates or whatever it may be, do let me know. But we shall. Must bid you adieu, as I have mayoral tasks to get along with.
Where will you be at?
I shall be near the town hall. I shall be around.
Okay.
If you need me, I shall be around. But I must get on. I'm afraid. I must check on those dogs who were asleep.
That's fair.
And he kind of trots off.
You could set fire for the ship pit.
That was my first idea as well.
I don't know what happened over the last 10 minutes. I'm so confused.
Well, why? I'm quite interested in this magic shop, so why don't we walk and talk?
Yep.
Okay.
Magic shop. I appear next to you.
So, you head towards the magic shop, which I think we decided was this one.
I think it was.
I am joining.
Okay. We all go into the magic shop, which is a Wunderbar. So you head in to the magic shop, and as you go, the doorbell tinkles, and none of the doors have handles on them. They're all push open, so the dogs can easily get in and out of them. And all the doors swing in and out. And you walk into this very crowded shop, and there's very much an element of mystery in here. You know, there's orbs on the table, there's arcane focuses, there's potions, there's lotions, there's weird items on there, and there's a desk, and behind the desk, facing like from the back, is this kind of sorceress or like wizards rather, with this hat and this sparkly robe. And as the doorbell goes, the figure wearing it spins round, and it's Biff wearing a cape and a hat.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, thank you.
By the way,
I must say, thank you for saving, I presume, my life or my identity. Welcome to the ye olde magic-y shoppy."
I just had an idea, by the way.
Yes.
If they have a problem
That's in
with
general.
their excrements, why don't they just go shit in the cornfield and fertilize it?
Because dog poo isn't a fertilizer. Not enough nitrogen in it.
It has some nutrients in it.
It does, but it's predator shit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like human
That's
shit. You can't
Give me
use
a
it.
second.
Yeah, you want to use it.
Cool.
Yeah, so he's over here.
Holy shit.
So you're led down to the beach
Let's do
by.
Rusty's.
Oh,
Don't
it's
press it
random.
again.
Oh, what? Okay. Oh no, they're back.
Random.
Shit.
Just random
Yeah.
Rusty scattered across the world.
This is this isn't really a battle map. This is just for your visual. So you take
Do
you
we-
down to the beach, which is
Wait.
kind of to the left of the lighthouse. Yes.
Do we have to collect 999 Rusties to complete the
Gotta catch 'em
100%?
all.
No, like, ha ha ha! You found me!
Oh my
it's-
god, I hate those things. Oh, yeah. Anyway,
You know what? That laugh was demonic, though. By the way.
yeah, it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't play that
so-
character.
You are on the beach. You've been led down there by a dog. The dog loves the beach and its hair arse and about, completely ambivalent and does not give a shit about what you're doing now since it's led you here. And it's kind of pointed you towards this shattered, not front half is the wrong word. It's like the very front bit of a boat, this bit here, and you can see where part of the name of the boat has been just destroyed off, and you can see what looks like the second half of a B. So like the back half, so just the two curls, ER, and that was like part of the name of this boat, but it's just been destroyed. The dog on the way down there has said, "Oh yes, this was a very famous shipwreck during the Lich War, and the assumption is there is some hidden treasure left because every so often some gold coins wash up on the beach." So yeah, you're left on this beach with this half of a shipwreck that looks like it's been largely picked clean, and you can't really you kind of gaze into the water, and it is a very steep drop as the river comes in. So you could probably walk out about 10 feet, and it'd be up to your waist, and another 5 feet it'd be up to your neck, and 5 more feet it's just like a sheer drop. The river
Is
is
this-
very deep.
Back here, a cave.
Let me zoom out a bit. Where are you looking, sorry?
This.
Oh,
No, it's not a cave.
Okay.
That's the
It's
edge
like
of the lighthouse.
Didn't the mayor dog say that
Ah.
the water was magical?
He definitely didn't recommend you drink it, but he said
I feel
like
so much to drink it.
Can I
They-
take a bit of it and do an arcana check and see if I can figure out what kind of magic it is?
of
Can I
course.
just do detect magic?
Yeah. So can you roll Arcana, please, Bun? And I will tell you this.
Ooh,
21. You
21?
looking? Are you? How are you? Explain to me how you looking. You're examining this water. What it is you do?
I feel like the most druid thing to do would be just take a handful of the water and like
Uh-oh.
get a sense of
Say
it.
Yeah. So you dug it in a razor and you kind of like splash into the air. Yeah. That causes a rainbow effect. It's a sunny day.
Ooh.
The rainbow is very pretty, but with that arcana check, you can see that the light as it's refracting through the rainbow. You wouldn't perhaps notice this unless you were a scientist, because you're keeping a magical eye out. You can see this rainbow is the wrong way around. So the light is
What?
traveling through it at the wrong speed. So there's something called red shift and blue shift. So as you
Mhm.
approach the speed of light, I think you hit red first, and then you go on to blue. Like as you pass through the spectrum.
Yeah.
And so like the rainbow is always in the same. It's always in the same order. In this instance, it's backwards, and like the water falls in the air. Really, it hangs in the air for like a split second too long, and then it drops in, and it's like the splash it causes when it hits the water again is unnecessarily like, I won't say aggressive, but like unnecessarily splashy. It's just fruity water. Pride week, fruity water.
Okay.
But yeah, as your detect magic, Kudo, yeah, this shit be lit. It's got all in there. Transmutation, yep. Illusion, yep.
Ooh, illusion where?
Abjuration. I mean, it's all in there. It's like a rainbow of it. You just can't like. It's all. This is not like. It's not. You don't think that if you put a foot in there, you're going to turn into like a camel or something like that,
or a dog,
or a dog. It's not like that. It's just magical water.
That would
Perhaps
be
if you drank
ironic.
it, like you maybe maybe.
If I drank the ship,
I think we should stay away from the water, or at least try not to.
You'd be
Can
able
I-
to like.
I mean, like not like.
oh, you mean the
sort
magic? The transmutation illusion, whatever, is coming from the water. Sorry,
Yes.
I thought you said from the ship.
No.
At this, okay. Is there a hole in the hull of the ship?
Yes, there's a massive one because it's broken off.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Can anyone swim? I mean, well.
I can swim okay.
Rusty puts his hand up.
Yeah.
If I'm not
try.
wearing my armor, I can.
Yeah,
swim
Rusty,
pretty
take that off before if you go in the water.
Rusty-
You don't want to sink.
Gets enthusiastically naked.
Oh.
He's like a Barbie doll.
Wait, what?
There's nothing going on down there. It's smooth.
Okay. No. Okay.
Yeah, he's stood there, like waiting for an instruction.
If I like put my head in the water, can I see? Oh, I guess it's probably pretty dark, isn't it? Can I see like the outline of a ship on like the rest of the ship?
Not from where you stood, no.
Do we?
I forget what you're a moon druid, aren't you, Laffy?
Well,
No, she's a,
the
primal-
fucking
Dreams.
Oh, yes,
druid.
okay, okay.
Healy
never mind.
druid.
I can shape water though, so could I just like Moses the water?
Parting the Red
I
Sea.
think shape
Yeah.
water is a very specific amount.
Yeah, I think shape water's like tiny. You need like I think there's a bigger one.
Yeah.
Control
that's-
water. What the hell?
You
Oh,
choose
sorry,
an
I was
area that you
coughing.
can see within range that fits a 5-foot cube. You can manipulate it in one of the following ways.
Here,
Right.
take this
Big
cup of
5 foot
water.
that's fine.
Yeah, I think control water's the big one. Rusty, do you want to see what you can see if you go in? But don't drink any.
Okay, he kind of paddles
Wait,
in.
wait. Should we give him? Should we put a rope around him like a leash?
You
Or
can
like
do
a-
that would help him.
or
Yeah,
like-
that would help him.
Yeah, or like just in case. Yeah, I'm gonna tie a rope around him.
He
Just like hold it.
God, my dog's been a complete dick. He paddles into the water, dives under. Oh no, I've already rolled 14. He does okay. The current is quite strong. At first, it looks like he's struggling, and then he goes under a little bit. You feel the rope go very tight against your hand. It's like pulling, and he pops up after a minute, gasping for air. Swims back into the boat. And goes, well, I thought the wreck of a few boats underneath there. But there's a lot to look at. I didn't know where to look.
You feel okay?
I feel fine.
Okay. Does anyone want to go swimming?
Give me a second. I need to read up on something. But the
Yeah,
bear.
I would be excited to see what's going on.
Did you see anything that was like similar to this, the big ship here, Rusty? You know, like anything specific?
There were some small boats. There were some bigger boats, but none that I could see that were as big as this. I couldn't see how it had broken either. So maybe we should investigate the bit we can see.
Rusty, you telling us what to do?
Merely offering a suggestion, boss.
Rusty, is there someone talking through your brain? I feel like that's not
Wait,
something you'd normally say.
I have a way of getting down there and having a look around.
How's that?
So I need. How long is your rope?
50, I think. Yes.
Okay. I think. Do I have another rope?
I think we should take Rusty's suggestion.
I have. No, I have a perfect idea.
Uh-oh.
I have another 50 feet of rope.
Mhm.
Anybody can anybody tie a knot? Can I tie a knot?
Yes. I think we can all tie a knot.
Great. Yeah, this needs to be secure.
Can I, when I wild shape?
Wait.
Okay, go.
Jesus, okay.
So I can turn into a metal object. You tie the knot to me, and throw me into the water. I can see around but I do not have to breathe since I do not have lungs.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
What?
but equally, you won't be able to swim, and the current is quite
Yeah.
strong.
That's why the rope is. I'm
Context?
sinking.
What?
If I do wild shape, can I remember? Do I think like myself, or am I just like?
You are you in that form. Yeah.
Okay, can I just? I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but I could just wild shape into a.
I don't know if you
It's
can.
limited.
Yeah, I think
can't
you're too low level.
You need to
I'm
look
not-
into the
I'm going
rules
to
for
look.
wild shape.
I'm going
Yeah.
to. I'm
So
finding it
for
now.
it's like level
Oh
6
no,
for
fourth
a-
level. No, fourth
Oh,
level.
fourth, okay.
Fourth level, 1/2 no flying speed, so you could be a crocodile. That's just
Turn
one.
into toad
That's just the
because
example.
I think it has both swimming speed and walking.
So it was a crocodile.
Should I just do that?
I think we should invest.
I will say that
let's
there's a lot
investigate
of lake.
this.
It's like it's almost half a mile across to the other side. It's a
Uh,
big old river.
I'm gonna go in this
Just
like
use a boat.
big gap that's in the side of the hull. So
Okay.
I can see inside.
Yeah. So inside this part of the boat, it's been largely picked clean. From what you say, it's very much the front part of this boat. There's some very tattered rags in there, some like scoring on there where people have put the date on, and the date would be over 120 years ago. A really, really like ancient shipwreck that's been weather hardened.
Oh yeah, 'cause it
there's-
was like pre.
But it was during the war. It was during the
Okay,
war.
during the war.
And the boat itself is fairly solid. There's nothing in there that strikes you as like a chest or anything. But if you'd like to make me an investigation or perception check or anything like that,
What did you say was the 3 letters we could see? By the way,
it looked like the end of a B, E, and R.
B.
Brr.
Okay, Burr. Okay. Investigation, perception. I will gonna use my advantage to roll that again. That's better.
20. Yeah, 20. Okay. Perception. You see that this boat has been pretty much picked clear at first. It looks like there's been a lot of traffic in and out of here over the years as people have tried to, see if there's anything been missed. You can see where like seats have been pried out and moved and placed in corners so they could get better access. But you notice that as you think, oh balls, kind of everything's been got. You notice that in one part of the boat, it kind of looks like an area that you'd install. Kind of that bit in the first Star Wars, like the New Hope Star Wars film, where they put the people underneath the floor, like it's like a smuggler's hold.
Yeah.
Something catches your eye about this particular piece of wood, whether it's a different color or the grain's different. You notice that there's like a few pieces of wood on there that don't match the rest of the ship. Looks like they were added in later and like bolted in, and you see that there's this like part of the boat that, or equally, it seems to be there for no particular reason. Everything in a boat should be there for a specific reason, and this just seems to be quite out of place. And it's it's a kind of,
Pry it open.
yeah, sure. Make a strength check or attack or something like that.
Yeah, I'd rather attack. Yeah, I'll just. Is it like it sounds like embedded in the floor, or is it?
It's kind of like a fake seat is the best way to describe it.
Okay. I'd probably have to slash it, wouldn't I?
Smash it or bash it. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying I probably can use my crossbow, should I?
Crossbows will do fuck all.
Yeah, I'll just use my scimitar.
Yeah.
Oh. do I
Yeah,
miss...
you clank into it, but nothing seems to happen.
Can someone help me quickly? I
Rusty-
found something.
I'm
Rusty
coming.
toddles up. He's gonna try and clout it with his sword.
Okay, that's not bad.
I'm
17.
Wow.
He cracks the wood.
Wow.
Helping by hitting as well.
Yeah, can you attack as well? Oh, yeah, your sword just bangs off it. It's like the wood's hardened. It rattles off. It's very strange. Like maybe the moon.
Got like
goddess-
vibration in your arm.
Yeah. But Rusty cracks it, and then over a period of like a minute or two, he peels the rest of the wood off, and beneath there is a large chest.
Could help me grab this so that I stop lifting it up.
Yeah, I'm helping.
Okay, so you drag this treasure chest out, and there's there's a mark on the front of it. It's dash. So it's a line.
Wait, let me write this down.
So like an I, like a Roman numeral I, a slash, and then 2 more eyes, and then a dash, and then 1.
Wait, say it slow.
I will put that in the chat
Okay, thank you.
because I realise that sounds absolutely unhinged
Yeah.
when I say that. Dash I dash I.
That's
That's what
like
you
a
say.
year? Oh, I guess it's about a year.
It's 1 to 1.
Alright. Dash. Alright. Okay.
Let's have a look.
Could also couldn't.
Weird. So it's like, where's that?
It's on the front of it. It's where it's positioned. You're of like a military bearing.
Yeah.
You would know this is like a serial number. This is chest 1 of 2.
Okay. Is it locked?
It appears to be. Yeah. It's also very, very weather worn.
Okay, I want to, like, with Kudo's help, just pull it out onto the sand. Just, outside in the air.
Wait, let it. We should maybe leave it here on the hard ground, so we have a better footing to work with the chest. The sand is.
The beach has got elements of rocks on there. If you wanted to put it outside, it doesn't really matter.
It just
You
feels a
can
little
find
bit
space
cramped in here.
Yeah, it's not a huge amount of space,
Yeah.
but you can find,
Well,
you
then.
can place it within the
We'll
boat.
just put it on like
so it's flat.
just put it on like a plank or like
Yeah,
just
sure.
something, slightly more elevated. I'm just saying in your head. Well, I hate to say, but I'm probably going to need Lou to do this, and she's going to want to cut whatever's inside.
No.
Well, I can't unlock things.
The chest looks pretty weather beaten. Maybe we could just break it.
How weather beaten is weather beaten.
It's
What
pretty
things you
weather
do
beaten.
not to give me money.
Yep.
It's the weather hardened would probably be a better way to describe it.
Okay, it's like a metal chest, it's not like a wooden chest.
Well, it's metal and wood, but the wood is solid. It's like older.
Okay, it's like old.
It looks like it's been designed to withstand being dropped in the ocean by accident.
Oh, it's specific.
It's on a boat, so
Yeah.
I
Well,
do
what
not
do you
have
think?
a crowbar. Does anybody?
Maybe I have a crowbar.
Do you have a crowbar?
I do not have a
Wait.
crowbar.
I will say this, Lou, you're probably there.
Fuck.
Oh.
I just look up at her.
Lou, I give you 3 copper if you open this chest and don't be a dick about the content.
Deal.
Great.
Okay.
And could have 1 copper back.
Can you make a?
It's 3
So
copper.
2 copper minus
Yeah.
from me.
No, I already took the 3 copper.
Yeah,
No,
you
I know. I gave
you
him 1.
get 3 copper. I get 1 copper back from Wolf. So -2 for me, -1 for Wolf, +3 for you.
Yeah,
Nuts.
I'm fine with this arrangement. Okay, let's do.
I just
What
take
was it?
I just take a few steps back. I think it's death plus proficiency. If you're, unless you have expertise, in which is expertise.
No, I don't have expertise.
17. With a 17, you pry the lock off easily. The lock comes off really easily. It's slippy. It's covered in like barnacle juice. I don't know. You pop it off, and then the lid itself is very tough. But you're able to pry your blade in there to flip it open, and it rolls back. And within the top of the lid, you see like an itinerary. In fact, you see 2 itineraries, 2 lists of things, and it's on this particular list you see. So it says 1-2-1. So the chest you're looking at now contains wages, provisions, gems, potions. So wages, provisions, gems, and potions, and that's what it says in there. Chests 2 of 2. Additional wages for officers and magical equipment, and so there's these 2 lists on top of it.
Of course.
And you've got chest 1, and as you look into it, you see a lot of copper and silver, and a fair amount of gold and platinum as well, and some gems, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 3 potion bottles.
Chest 2 holds what?
Chest 2,
Magical equipment and wages.
Okay, cool.
yeah, but you can only see chest 1, and it
Yeah,
looks
I'm
like
just
chest
trying
2
to
is designed to be held at the other end of the boat.
So,
So in it, you kind of look down
Wow.
at the itinerary. There's 2,600 pieces of copper,
1, 2,
1,000
3,
silver,
4, 5.
70 gold, and 30 platinum, and 90 gold's worth of gems in any order you want.
Okay.
5. So that would be 5.
But you can see from
Oh,
her
wow.
expression, I should have asked for more money.
Wait, no, I gave you 3 for opening
Yep.
and not being a dick about it. So,
You know,
Yeah.
you see it in the expression.
be a good merchant and hold true to your word. So, that would be 520 copper to each. Is everybody happy?
Where are you?
Very much.
20.
Does that include Rusty?
Wait,
That's what I
how
was about
much?
to ask.
Do we
520
include
copper.
Rusty? In-
No, if he wants stuff, we buy it for him. We don't. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think
He-
we
He
can
gets
get.
pocket money.
Yeah, he gets pocket money.
He gets it a
Um,
weekly
Wait, how much do
allowance.
we get?
He's doing the
520
maths.
copper, 200 silver each. 70 by 5 is 14 gold. And what do we have in platinum? Platinum?
6.
Yeah, 6 each.
Wow, that's a lot.
How much
And
silver
then-
was it again? Sorry, I'm.
And
Now they roll
90.
20.
200 silver.
Should we just give the 90?
Hmm?
Honestly, I trust Rusty the most with the gems to just hold
Well,
on
I've got
to
the bag
them.
of holding.
Yeah, put them in the bag of holding. Keep track of them.
Yeah, I got it.
As you're dividing this money up, you would notice it's perfectly legal and valid tender. It's just very old. As I say, it's 100 odd years old, and it came from further in land of Yadradan. It's got like giant based currency on there. It's giant themed money, but
As
it's
a
completely,
It would work though.
yeah,
As a
completely
merchant, can I make a check to see if there are collectors or something for historical currency?
This isn't that old. This currency is like 100 years old, but still, you might come across it in the marketplaces still.
Yeah, but
you know,
it's currency from the wartime, so I would guess it's rare.
not really. No.
Oh, come
War
on.
was like less than 100 years ago. It
Yeah.
ended less than 100 years
Yeah.
ago, so it's not too long.
Come
And it's
on.
it's not like it's a minting press. This is just like these are roughly. These are just coins that are pressed very haphazardly. They wouldn't be collector's items.
So, guys, we have a list with just 2 of 2. Am I the only one who thinks that the other chest might be,
the other
well,
one seems like it's going to be the big bucks.
yeah, and I would assume that it is with the other
Yep, the
end
other half of the ship.
Yes.
By the way, is there any insignia on that piece of paper, on that ledger?
Yeah, it is the insignia of the Orden caste, who were at the time and still are the kind of ruling council of
How do you spell that?
Orden Orden caste like that. ORDNTASD.
The ruling council of Theatrica.
Yeah, they are like the Orden caste are basically like elected on like a rolling 2-year basis. So kind of membership is random, and it's a high honor to be involved in it. So they are like they're like normal people elevated to political heights.
Yep.
Best way to describe it.
So, should I wait? Lefty had the idea of just turning into
To a fish. or a
something
crocodile.
fishy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there some strong enough fish to? How heavy was this chest?
This chest was like difficult. It was heavy for 2
Yeah.
dexterity-based people to carry. Like it might have been
What
easy
about
for
a
Rusty.
crocodile?
Well, a crocodile doesn't have hands.
Can you
Big
turn
mouth.
my
Crocodile's the biggest thing. It's CR1/2.
CR1/2? Let me. I'll go.
Could not be an
Let's have to-
octopus. An octopus has like 8 hands.
That's true.
Can I be an octopus?
Yeah, but
I mean, you tell me. You can be Beth. You can be whatever you want to be.
Crocodile was the thing at Laybon, so I just said crocodile.
movement type swim filter.
Oh, I'm so
Well, I have not made this impossible to find without. So I didn't think you got to swim until 6th, so I assumed you wouldn't be swimming for this. So I will say this: as you are investigating the boat, you are. I mean, does anyone want to make an investigation check to see what caused the boat to break?
I mean, I made mine before. I don't know if that would. Oh Jesus!
No, you made a perception
I don't know.
check.
Oh, I did make a
Sorry,
perception
my
check. Sorry. I mean, yeah, I'll make one.
Yeah.
Something's undead.
No.
Could I make a could I make a history check?
What are you trying to learn from a history check?
The history of the ship.
You can, yeah. It's a high DC. With an 11, it looks like something big hit it, or it hit something big. But other than that, you can't tell. A 9, no, you don't get anything with a 9. Investigation. Okay, I'll try to give you a little bit more. So it looks like this boat, and kind of the detritus around the area. It's all on kind of this side of the beach, and it looks like it hit an unexpected rock, or was pushed into a rock. You cast an eye over, and you see there's a big dint in the rocks. In the rock features over here, it looks like maybe the ship was blown into this or careened into this rock very unexpectedly, or maybe a rock was dislodged. Perhaps that might go to some way to explain it. Amber, with a 20, I will just reconfirm what I've said. The boat almost certainly hit this rocky outcrop to the left. It goes some way underwater. Maybe the tide suddenly dropped, and this is a magical river. Weird shit happens all the time, and it may well be that the search in this area is a waste of time. The boat probably is in the top left of the map.
I wouldn't call that a waste of time. We've got a lot of money.
No, sorry. Investigating this part of what would be fruitless.
So you're saying like this big rock?
Honestly,
yeah, looks like based from what Amber's able to put together, the boat crashed into this rock here and somehow was snapped into 2 pieces, and then the other part of the boat was down here. Yeah.
if Laffy turns into an octopus and swims down to the ship with 2 ropes, ties knots to the chest, and then we can pull the chest
It
up.
seems very convoluted. Let's go and look first.
Also, that would require it to be less than 50 feet away.
And that.
Or we can tie together 2 ropes and have 100 feet of
Well,
rope.
we need
It would
4 ropes.
require it to be, it would require it to be, 100 feet away.
And it's probably pretty deep down.
Yeah,
Can I
it's
not
pretty
just
deep.
swim up to the chest and pick it up?
Yeah, can we?
Oh,
Let's walk over to that spot
yeah.
and see.
Let's
Like,
use, the boat.
Rusty, water.
Get off.
I hold the rope.
Okay. So, Beth, Bunny, are you going down with him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the 2 of you head down under the water. And you swim a
Under
little
the
way.
sea.
Under the sea. And you see a boat
Bloody
that's
sea.
cracked in half. And now, unfortunately, Incarnate doesn't do halves of boats. So I had
So
to
you
put a rock on
there.
it. I put a rock on it. And so you see this huge, you swim down, it's quite a way. It's far beyond the reach of the ropes. It takes you probably a minute and a half to get down there. As
Wait,
you swim.
Laffy, are you an octopus or a crocodile or something?
James, I see more rope.
That's not rope, that's seaweed.
Then what's this?
That's seaweed.
Okay.
Well, we
Laffy.
can tie together seaweed. Seaweed's quite strong.
Yeah,
I
what did you set
assume
it
that
to?
I swam there as... I don't know. Did I swim there as myself, or did I swim there as an octopus?
You tell me.
Can I swim
You
there
tell-
as myself?
You would have to make
Get your clothes all wet.
so there are rules for swimming underwater. It is 2 minutes plus
Your con
your constitution modifier. So for you, I think it'll probably be
1 or
2
2
minutes and 2 seconds, something like that.
Well, no, it's holding your breath, which is minutes.
Oh right,
Equal,
so probably
yeah.
like
So it's
4
like
minutes.
depending on
How long
so I
would
think,
it take?
It would take about at least if you were going flat out, it would take at least a minute and a half. But I'd need you to make an athletics check.
it'd be 3 minutes for Laffy.
3 minutes, yeah.
Oh, my athletics is -1.
Doesn't mean you're going to roll badly on it.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't necessarily. It means the highest you can roll is a 19.
For sure.
I'm gonna use my advantage.
Hey, if you ever get scared, you can just turn to an octopus.
Okay, so it takes you about 2 minutes to get down there. So you're swimming down. Rusty's leading the way. The you know where you're headed because of the information that Azalea was able to give you. You head over there, and like just as your breath starts to start burning in your chest, the boat kind of materializes out of the gloom. You're quite deep now. The light isn't penetrating all the way down here. You can see just goop everywhere, seaweed, weird like coral shit, pikes, just weird stuff underground. And like, it looks like the boat, whatever happened to it, like there's a rock that's on top of it pinning it down, and you see a stairwell leading down into the boat itself.
Okay, now would be the time to wild shape.
Okay.
So I'm an octopus now.
Okay.
What's Rusty's reaction?
Rusty, I mean, I've seen this happen before. Let's see what Rusty's. I mean, Rusty's got 4
Rusty's
minutes
like
to
a
con.
beefy, like...
Yeah, Rusty is going to keep with you. It's been
Wait,
2 minutes.
Plus 4 to con or 4
So plus 2 to con.
Okay.
So it's 2 plus 2, so it's 4. So he's going to go. So you're down here exploring. So it's a bit dark. He can't really see what he's doing, so he's just following your octopusy form.
That's...
Octopody? What? I don't know. Octopi? Well, no, she isn't plural. She's octopusy, isn't she?
No, she's an octopus.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wait.
No. It could have been worse. I could have said
Octopal form.
octopal. Yeah, I could have said tentacussy, and I didn't.
Oh god.
So deal with it. Right. So what is it you're doing as you're octopusing around downstairs, down in the wall?
This chest.
You can't see it on the top end of the boat. You can't see it on the, the bit of the boat that you're on. The what would it be called? The deck, the top upper deck. Presumably, since it was the other one was protected, it would be within the boat.
Okay, so I'll go into the boat and look for the chest.
Okay, so you go into the boat. Now we'll move the map along as well. So you head down the steps, and you come into a bit of an air pocket. The air is very stale under here. Rusty's there just for scope. But where the water ends is an air pocket. He swims in, gasps for air, and it's very, very sticky and horrible and old air. The inside of the boat reeks of seaweed and like sulfurous, water emissions. You see the chest, and it is protected. Well, it's not protected. It's there's like these weird like speed bumps on the floor to prevent it like shaking about, but at some point it flipped over one of them and moved further away from the wall. It's in between these two weapon and armor racks that are covered in these ancient and old and rusted armors and weapons, and you see a rusted ring of keys on the floor as well.
Is that how big the chest is?
Yes.
It's a massive chest.
Am I going to be able to pick that up?
No. It's like is it actually like 10 feet wide or like long? Like,
it's as big as it's represented there.
Okay, that's massive.
It's also covered in metal, and it's not bolted to the floor, but it looks very heavy.
And your octopus on the ground.
And it looks like it's been like it's covered in like it's probably stuck to the floor with seaweed is the easiest way to describe it. But as a octopus, what is your passive perception?
How do I figure that out?
It's wisdom, so it stays the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mental.
Oh,
yeah.
14.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just find it because I've moved away from it. Typically,
Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma stay the same.
I think unless it's
unless it's higher for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 second. I just need to roll a thingy.
The octopus like thing on D&D Beyond is just a tentacle.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, why has that not worked? You bugger.
I'm trying to think of a cool way.
No, so as you're an octopus flopping around and Rusty's gasping for breath, you hear a noise from underneath the stairs.
Oh.
What's going on?
What kind of a noise?
Like a hissing, bubbling noise.
Oh, great. Did Rusty hear it too?
No, he's an idiot.
He's too busy gasping for air.
I'll be like, Rusty, come here.
He
You're an
wasn't
octopus.
Oh yeah, you can't talk. Yeah, you're an octopus.
Oh yeah.
You can beckon him with your.
I'll gesture with my tentacles aggressively, like, come here.
Yeah. Okay. he works his way over, looking vaguely confused and concerned. As he does so, this hissing noise gets louder and then suddenly stops. And then from underneath the stairs emerging is a form. Let me just move that onto the right layer.
am I gonna have to fight something?
Yep.
I didn't anticipate you only sending 2 people down here. So this form walks out, and it looks like you've seen the film Predator, right?
Yeah.
It's got a mouth like a predator.
Oh,
like,
not
like,
these
Oh.
things.
and it's got these
Oh.
whip like dreadlock hairs, and the it's got this weird kind of like Stranger Things style Demogorgon mouth, these long whips out of its hair, and very like water themed clothes and stuff. It's not walking like a humanoid should or would walk. It's kind of walking in an almost bestial fashion, like crawling. Its mouth is open and it's hissing. Let's have Bun and let's the pair of you roll some initiative as I clear the let's do it.
It's a great roll.
Yeah, let's. Oh, he's rolled pretty well. Oh, for some reason you're not picked up. So there you go. I'll add you in.
I don't know how strong these things are. I don't remember.
They're not super strong.
I think they're decent though.
They're pretty good. Yeah, they're not terrible.
I'm an octopus though, and the problem is, if I wild shape, like if I go back to being human again, I can't wild shape.
Well, you know you can swim up in time, so it wasn't too.
And
long.
it's only a short rest to get it back as well.
Yeah, so we could take a lunch break.
Yeah. Have some sandwiches.
Yeah.
Okay, why has that not worked? A 7 for Rusty. Okay, so that's pretty good. We're so it's just me doing it twice. So I get to play D&D with myself for a bit. Yay!
Everyone's it's the DM
Yeah.
curse. Always happens.
Yeah.
I love how nobody's concerned at the amount of time that I've been down here.
You've only been down there about 2 minutes.
Yeah, you've just swam down.
Yeah, and
We
they
can't-
know
we-
you can do
what
it
are we
to
gonna
an
do?
octopus,
We
you
can't.
volunteer.
We can't.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
this
I
creature's
think we
gonna-
know in character that you can do that for like 2 hours or something like that.
Mm.
Or something like that. It's like half your druid level
And
in.
we
hours.
assume that either you or Rusty are gonna do something if something happens.
So this creature is going to start swinging with his claws at Rusty. He's launching himself at him. Rusty's not wearing any armor at the moment.
Oh no, he isn't, is he?
So 23 will hit. I forgot that. Oh my god, this is going to be a bloodbath. Okay, so let me just make
At least
some
they're in the
things
water.
Yeah. Attract the sharks. It's AC 12. Wowzers. Okay, so Rusty takes some nasty swipes from this creature, whose name you do not know yet, but it's probably Kelvin. 11 misses, so that's fine. And then it's him. He doesn't have a sword. At the
Why
moment.
did we usually took us? So, okay.
Why would he take a metal longsword? Would he take
There's
a metal-
weapons. There's weapons
there is
behind
weapons
us.
over there.
Okay, that's a good point. He sees his weapons over there. He's going to try to dash over. As a kobold, I think he can disengage as a... No, that's what the other one.
That's a goblin thing.
Yeah, goblin. He's going to rush over there, take an opportunity attack for this creature. Oof. Gets there and picks up a... I was just going to say picks up a longsword for the sake of my sanity. And he's over there. Okay, cool. Laffy, it's you as an octopus.
So if I turn back into a person, does that use up my turn?
Is it? I don't know what it is. I think it's an action.
I think it's a bonus
That's
action.
just a-
It might be a bonus action. I think that might be Moonshot. Let me check.
as an action, you can,
Octopuses aren't terrible, though, right?
They're terrible, chaps.
or as a bonus action, you can revert back to your normal form.
Oh, there you go.
And you have 2 wild shapes per short rest.
She used one to turn into a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was ages ago. We can say she's had a rest since then. That doesn't bother me.
Okay. So now I'm a person again. I assume that this guy is going to be quite wet because he's just come out of the water.
He's
So-
drip.
I'm gonna
He's drip as fuck.
I'm gonna cast frostbite
Okay.
and attempt to like not freeze him, but like aim it at his legs so he's kind of like stuck.
Okay. Let's see. A nat 1. So he definitely fails.
Oh no,
Great.
Big damage.
I mean, if as long as he
Wait,
gets
it might be
stuck
resistant because it's a sea thing.
So
to
that
ice.
is-
Yeah,
yeah, sometimes they are.
D&D is like cold.
he's
It's like
not-
water and ice, like the same thing.
No, he's not.
Oh.
That doesn't seem to do an awful lot for him. I'd say he doesn't seem particularly bothered by that, and in fact seems more annoyed than anything. He's going to come towards you, and he's going to like his mandibles are going to attach, and he's going to try and give you a little nibble. 20 to hit for.
Jesus.
Is it a con saving throw?
No, this is an attack. I think that will hit your armor class.
I think that hits anyone.
Yeah, I'm 14.
Okay. Yeah, so that hits you for 7 piercing damage,
Oh no.
and then it's going to try and claw at you for 8 and completely whiffs it. Rusty.
By the way, James, I will tell you, octopi can't attack. They can only grapple.
Oh, she's a human now, anyway.
I know. I'm just saying.
But also, I'm forced to tell you that octopi, octopodes, octopuses, whatever the plural is, are probably these. Well, I'm reliably informed. They are the most intelligent creature alive that isn't a human.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
So
She's an elf.
Rusty grabs this sword, and the red mists descend. Leroy Jenkins running over. He's going to swing with his longsword for a 13 to hit. That hits for 10 slashing damage, which is pretty good from your boy. He's quite happy with that. He swings in, and it takes a big old chunk out of this creature, who hisses back. But Laffy, it's you.
So wait, is this guy not immune, but like, does ice not affect him?
Ice does affect him. It's just you did very little.
You
Because
just
I
roll one.
only have ice spells.
No, it's just you rolled just like a 1 on it, and that was just the worst possible roll you could have made.
I'm gonna cast Ice Beam,
Mm.
and I need a Dex saving throw.
Okay. This creature is not hugely dexterous. 6.
Okay,
Okay, so
That
13
hits.
Yeah, that hits. That hits for big money. 13. He's very not loving this. The two of you. Rusty's looking quite hurt. How are you looking?
I'm okay.
Okay.
That didn't sound very true.
Yeah, I'm not convinced. Rusty is gonna. He's not quite sure what to do because he's between this kobold and this elf, and the kobold is not wearing any armor, so he's gonna go for him again. He's gonna claw at him twice. 8 and
He's
misses.
doing great.
Yeah, he's doing some big moves, and a 13 will hit for 8 damage more to Rusty, who is now looking pretty hurt. And Rusty is going to come back at him with his longsword. Yay! Ooh, 24.
Oh,
is that a
damn.
19?
It is a
That's
19.
You know what Rusty has?
He's champion.
He's got expanded crit range.
Yeah.
That's a brutal crit. So that is a
Well, he's probably doing it two-handed as well, by the way, because he doesn't have a...
Oh, he is, yeah. So it would be a D10. So that's 10 plus 8. So that's 18 plus 2. Oh, so plus 3. So 21 damage in one hit.
Nice.
That is a big old chunk. So Rusty swings at this guy, and it takes an absolute weltering chunk out of his upper body. This creature hisses and falls back. This bluish, dark red blood is seeping out of this wound on his chest. Rusty's just like covered in cuts and scratches. This creature looks really hurt. Laffy, it's you.
I'm gonna use my Balm of the Summer Court
Mm-hmm.
to heal Rusty.
Okay.
How hurt is he looking?
He would very much thank you for this.
Okay, I'm gonna use the 4 then.
Okay. Oof. This is
Hang on,
4d6.
I've got to type it. 4d6.
13, and he gets an additional temporary hit point for everyone you gave him, which is good. So Rusty is suddenly looking much, much better. And that was just your bonus action.
Okay, so I've just got to look at what my spells actually do. I should have used that. I've got creeping ice. I should have used that instead of frostbite. I'll cast creeping ice and try and encase his lower body in ice.
Okay. Let's have a look. What do you need to do to not have that happen to him? Dex save.
Dex save. That's not
Dex
very good
save.
damage again.
Oh no.
Oh, it doesn't like that. Why is it not like that?
It
Come on.
seems to fluctuate. 1 week I have really good rolls, and then the week after I have terrible rolls.
That hits him, and he's frozen to the spot with the creeping ice. He's locked there. He's looking around in panic, and what he's going to do, he looks like he's going to scream in panic, and he does scream,
This is
but
the
his
scary
scream
thing.
extends even more. Can you please make a wisdom saving throw? And Rusty will too.
You're very wisdomous, you're wise.
Oh dear.
How do I do that again? Oh, there it is.
So you pass. Rusty fails this psychic screech. Rusty is stunned for this round, so he won't get to act. He just stands there gormlessly. His eyes completely shift and dissociate. Like one eye is on the door, the other eye on a porthole, completely not paying attention whatsoever. And he misses his turn completely. Laffy at you again.
That's the thing I was scared about.
Luckily, it doesn't do any damage.
I'm underwater, so I can't cast Moonbeam, can I?
No, you're in like a bubble, like an air bubble.
Will it work though?
Yeah, sure.
I don't really have anything else I can use. It's like all healing spells and ice. So
He's not. No. Remember, he's not taking the damage from the ice. It's just you just happen to roll those.
Just rolling poorly.
Like you might as well try a frostbite, and you would still, by all like laws of average, do more than you did with that creeping ice spell. Oh, frostbite 4's not bad. 4's not bad.
I don't know.
It's D6, isn't it?
Oh
So
yeah,
it's
okay, yeah, it's more than half.
Okay.
4. Yeah, he just takes that full 4 damage. Yeah, and like it's back to him now, and he reaches around on his back and like grabs this hitherto undiscovered battle axe and is going to slash at Rusty with advantage. Well, no, not hitherto undiscovered, just previously unused battle axe. 23 on Rusty.
Oh.
6, but I mean that's okay because
Is he still stunned?
he's still stunned. Yeah.
Okay, I say that you have advantage, but yeah, that's
Yeah. So he only takes 2 damage because he had a temporary hit point, so that's okay. And then he's going to do it again. 14 will hit him for. Why is it doing that? Oh no, it's okay. It's fine. That's another 6, and then Rusty is going to shake it off. Taylor Swift swing with his sword. 15 to hit for another 10. This guy's not dead yet. Jesus Christ, he's still pinned to the ground. Laffy, you might be able to kill him with this hit. Please do.
Might. I will cast Ice Beam again.
well, that's good damage.
That's
Hey,
good damage.
finally! Jesus.
If he passes this, as long as that takes damage on, even if he saves it, he's going to die. Yeah, and that one. Please paint us a word picture of how you obliterate this guy with a Sub-Zero-esque ice beam.
So this guy's obviously stuck in the space. He looks like he's panicking. He's swinging this battle axe. Did you say he had?
Mm-hmm.
Swinging this battle axe aimlessly, just trying to hit us. And I'm just gonna reach out one of my hands, and this beam of ice just hits him and knocks him on his arse, even though his feet are still stuck to the ground. And
It's like the Michael Jackson backwards.
yeah, he literally just like balls over.
Excellent. He falls down dead. You're out of initiative. Rusty's gasping, but he looks okay. He's going to pick up this battle axe and keep it because it's pretty good. And you are out of initiative in this room with this chest and all this shit. What would you like to do? I didn't anticipate only one person doing down here. I didn't really think this through.
I'm gonna
Guys, did you hear that scream?
cure Rusty.
Yeah, he's looking immediately much better. Like he took a fair old pounding there, but that Barnless Summer Court really did pull his ass out of the fight. Had you not
What was his
killed
health?
him with that, it's like 48 and he was down. The lowest he would have been down to without that would have been like into the low teens, maybe
Yeah.
11. He took a big kick in there.
I'm gonna search this guy.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's have a look. Whilst I bring up a thing for this guy, can you roll the d20 for me, please?
Yep.
Can you? What are the rest of you doing?
Hey guys, did you hear that scream a minute ago?
No, but I saw some bubbles
that was
coming
a
up. Do
seagull.
you think that was from them?
What is with my rolls?
I mean,
Oh my
possibly, but you know,
Well,
do you think we should
I
go
know the
down?
solution to bad luck, and it's giving
I'm
you
sure
money.
she's got it.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I have some
Yeah,
cards.
she
Someone want to play
seems able.
Snap?
I have
no.
some.
Snap,
I
Let's
still
play,
yeah.
have
let's
some-
play
I
Go.
still
Let's play
have some
Go
dice.
Fish. Let's play Go
I have.
Fish.
much more
Oh my god.
I'm just trying to find
Nothing.
that was a Lady Tiefling. She's so good, Lady Tiefling. If you're not following her, you are missing out on a treat. That's Skyon. Let's have a look. So I'm desperately trying to see if she's got one.
Just make something
I
up.
should just start rolling with my
No.
actual dice. I got a
Yeah.
dice set for my birthday.
Yeah, you just this is only for what you find. It's not gonna like this. The low isn't bad, high isn't good kind of thing. Okay, here we go. We'll use this one. This is close enough. Let's see. You rolled a 1. On this guy, you find. Okay. In his kind of attached to his back, maybe something he was wearing previously, is a silver mask in the shape of a menacing shark's head. You are reminded as you see this of Wolf's mask, not in its design, but just in it, like the kind of effect it would have. So how it would completely change anyone's face and give you kind of like the Lemmy from Shark's Tale kind of shark's face.
Mm.
It was pretty cool. It would probably be sold if not worn. Who would fit you?
I'll take it.
Okay. But yeah, you there's not a lot else on him apart from the this leather armor that probably wouldn't fit you and definitely wouldn't fit Rusty. And yeah, you kind of nudge his body into the water and it just gently floats away. And you're left in this room with this treasure chest and seaweed.
Effie, if you don't want the shark mask, I will take it and wear it.
So what were you gonna do?
I was gonna try and figure out a really cool way to like put this chest in a air bubble and float it to the top, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. I don't think there's any spell that I've got that would make that doable.
Tying a rope to
You
it
could
and just
shape
having a
water
stall
under the
from-
chest. You could shape water under the chest so there's air under the chest so it floats up or has at least some upwards force.
Yeah, the only problem is that shaped water's only a 5-foot cube, and I think that this
A
chest
5-foot cube is actually not that small. That's about
The chest is like
1.5
4
meters.
times the size.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Hey,
1.5
just
meter.
had a
How big
thought.
is that chest?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was so surprised earlier.
It's like a God of War
Yeah, but
chest.
still,
that's
it
like
would give
50 people.
it would give an upwards force.
Hey, Wolf, I've just had a thought. There's
Yes?
no way she, like, just Laffy can pull a whole chest up out of the water, right?
Well, unless it's she has Rusty, and Rusty's strong. It's probably just a normal sized chest, like that one.
yeah, actually, you're right, yeah.
Instead of like shaping the water, I am gonna change the color of a bit of the water to like a really like ominous red color and make it so that it floats up so that they can see it. So maybe they'll actually come down and like try and help.
Now it looks like you're bleeding.
Exactly. So maybe if you think I'm bleeding, you guys will come down.
Go fish.
Have you got any 4s?
I will say you definitely notice.
What?
You will definitely notice this big bloop of red.
That looks like blood.
This is concerning.
Maybe there was like some like some food dye, like some.
Wolf! God damn
Maybe,
it!
maybe Rusty just found some snackable fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Right, I'm gonna
yeah.
turn to Rusty. I'm gonna be like, Rusty, can you swim up there and tell them that I can't get the chest and that everybody needs to come down here to get the contents of the chest? Because there's no way that this chest is getting to the surface unless all of us get it and swim up there, but they might as well just come down here and get what's in it. Can you do that for
Are
me?
you?
Of course I can.
Thank
He says.
you.
I was serious. I was gonna say though. I was gonna get. I was joking. I was
Yeah,
gonna get
that's
up
what
and
I
look.
He gets up. Rusty swims up, but because of the current, pops up kind of slightly to the right of where you expected to see him, maybe like 100 feet or so to the right of where you expected to see him, and he splashes to shore, and he's like panting, and he goes, "It's a bit big. We need help, please, please."
Well,
Yes,
Rusty's
it's
up
completely
there.
random. It's reasonably sized for what's in there, I'm sure. But we need help lifting it.
Do we see a working boat nearby that we can use?
I just
Like
get
without
in.
any
No,
holes?
all
I just get in. Just go.
Yeah, let's go for a swim.
okay. I need
Yay!
you all to make athletics checks, please.
Oh my god.
It's athletics. Oh, this is gonna go.
While
Can I make
everybody's-
acrobatics?
No.
While
Aw.
everybody's up there, can I pick up the set of keys and see if they'll fit in the chest?
I rolled
Yes.
acrobatics anyway because I'm stupid.
Can I use
all-
my good fortune hex
Oh.
on myself?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
Yeah,
My advantage.
You all remember. You all start with advantage, and you all have hero
Oh.
points. And if you fail this, you either get swept away or drown.
Well, didn't Laffy like somewhat succeed with a 7?
She was an octopus.
No, she wasn't.
She had an 11.
Yeah, I re-rolled. I used my
Oh,
advantage.
she did. I already used my.
So
Use
Kudo
the
makes
hero
it.
point.
And pops up. But yes, those keys do fit within the chest, Laffy.
Okay, I'll open the chest.
Okay.
Underwater, then you
what's
fill it with water. Please
No,
Oh,
don't.
we
just
know
go
we're in
air
a
pocket,
pocket there.
the- Yeah,
Ah.
yeah.
Right.
So
I forgot.
yeah, Azalea makes it. Kudo makes it. Lou is struggling, and so is Cerulean Wolf. What is it you're gonna do? You pair.
Hold hands, swim together.
I'm not holding her hand. I'd rather die. Can we see the boat, or at least where they're swimming?
Yes. Like eventually, yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
Tick tock.
Scotty
Sure.
doesn't know.
Scotty don't know.
What's the heaviest thing I have? Honestly, no idea.
You have hero points.
I'm not gonna. Can I just swim back up? Or am I, like,
yeah, you
stuck?
can. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just
You
gonna
can
swim back
return
up
to
and
the
wait.
surface. What about you, Lou? What are you doing?
I got with, and I used the hero point not to drown.
Okay, so you get down to the bottom of the boat, gasping for air. You've used your hero point, but you succeeded. So it's Azalea, Laffy, Rusty,
Everyone but me.
everyone but Wolf is in the boat. Laffy has opened the case, and in there is as you open it, you see there's far less copper, but a lot more of everything else. Straight away,
Ooh.
you see it's gleaming, it's glistening. You see in there 400 copper, 7,000
Oh my
silver,
god.
2,300 gold, and 130 platinum, and 1,000 gold's worth of gems.
Wolf have
Jesus.
given us the bag of holding.
No, probably not.
No, I mean I wouldn't have known I was gonna fail.
Rusty, go get the bag of holding.
Yes, off. Rusty scuttles off and comes. He paddles up to the water. I imagine, Cerulean Wolf, you're kind of lying down in the sand, like coughing up.
I'm just like wringing out my hair like a sponge, you know,
Yeah.
like
And he says, would you like me to carry you down
what?
to the boat? We need the bag that everyone else made it. You see, and I
I mean, you
thought
can
might
take
need
the
help.
bag without me.
Do you want to come down? It's fairly cool down there.
I mean,
He's so cute.
I'm not the biggest fan of the water.
Well, that's okay.
I mean, just take the bag. I'll wait up here if it's nothing too pressing.
Okay. And he takes the bag and swims back down, comes back down with
Just
the bag
tell
of
me
holding.
what's in there and I'll put it in.
Yeah. So there's 400 copper, 7,000 silver, 2,300 gold, 133 platinum, and 1,000 gold's worth of miscellaneous gems. They can be whatever gems you want, and there are also some items in there. There are. Oh, let's see what they look like. Let's see if I can find what they look like, because some of them these are pretty. There's the main thing in there that is taking up the space is a large longsword, a clearly magical longsword. There are something in there called. I'll see if these got. They probably haven't got pictures. I'll have to just tell you what they are. There's the Eyes of Charming, a bottle of everlasting smoke, and a necklace that's in the shape of a blood drop. Which, I mean, you would know. I say any of you would recognize this. Perhaps it's quite a famous magical item called the Peritaph of Wound Closure.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh.
Hmm.
Azalea, you want this?
It's got blood
Yeah,
in
I'll
it.
happily take it.
You like blood, right?
No, no, I'm not a fan generally.
Check.
So the Eyes of Charming are kind of like sunglasses, like steampunk sunglasses.
I just put them on Rusty.
He loves it. He looks amazing in them. They don't quite cover his eyes; they sit between his eyes, and basically,
They give you advantage on.
yeah, no, you can cast charm person as well.
Oh my god!
Provided you
Yes.
can see the person you cast it on, they can see you.
That's what they look like.
And it gets like he puts them on, and it sits between his eyes, and his eyes are still facing different ways, but it looks really cute.
We need a picture now.
Yeah, I
Rusty
know.
wearing
I'll
these
have to look at
glasses.
why. Yeah,
That's what we commission Artie for after all
Yeah.
this time. Fucking
Yeah.
weird guy with glasses.
and he needs his plate mail as well. Presumably as well. So say there's the Peritaph of Wound Closure, which is a very cool item. There's a bottle of everlasting smoke, which is literally like a ketchup bottle, and if you take the top off, it just belches smoke forever. Quite cool,
It's
quite
like a
useful
smoke
item.
bomb.
Like an everlasting smoke bomb, and there's a magical sword in there as well.
Can I
Like a long sword.
I am
look at the sword
like-
for Rusty?
yes.
Or
Yeah,
for anyone?
well, it's a long sword, so it requires strength to which
Mm.
it has some like vague, like primordial looking runes on it. It looks like it's like just like a magically enchanted sword.
Maybe.
What strength do you need?
Well, you
Well,
need
no, it's
to
just a
be-
strength-based weapon.
It's a strength-based
so
weapon, so yeah, you just
right.
need to be strong
It's
to
like-
use it.
I think anyone, or most of us, could use it, but it wouldn't be as good as like Rusty or.
I don't think I can use it actually.
Yeah, I don't think rogues
I think
can.
I think rogues do get.
Well, I was surprised that rogues don't get martial weapons.
I don't get much, but I think longsword is one of them.
Why is
Is it a
I'm
cool
not
weapon? Oh, I actually
sure.
do have longsword
There you go.
Oh, wow.
for
Okay.
some reason.
It's weird, it's like longsword, rapiers, and
But
simple weapons
you
or
can't
something,
use
so-
sneak attack with it, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll just give it to Rusty then.
With it.
Just put
Wait,
these
I
glasses
am-
on him and give him
I am
this.
also interested.
Oh,
Well, you've
okay.
got a magic sword.
Yes,
But,
I know, but it's
it-
maybe better.
Well, the only way you can
Anyways,
find out,
you have
unless
to
you've got
have a holding.
identify, the only thing you can do is attune to it.
Yeah, it's literally Kudo or Rusty.
And he's
Should I
the
just
one
put
who-
it in the bag of holding until we get out of the boat?
Yeah, he's not going to be able to
Yeah.
carry it in there. Rusty puts his axe in there as well.
Just fill it up his
And
bag.
what else was there?
Can I-
The everlasting smoke.
Yeah, the bottle of everlasting smoke. Yeah.
I'll just put everything else in the bag of holding.
Okay, well, tell me what it was again.
The smoke bomb
Yeah,
bottle.
everlasting smoke, eyes of charming, Peritaph of wound closure, and this magic sword.
Charming. Okay, cool.
Can I check out the? Because you said there was a bunch of really old weapons around. Can I check if any of them are like cool, or are they all like?
These are all pretty basic. Like the sword that Rusty was using was functional, but quite badly eroded. None of these are magical. All of these are what we call mundane weapons.
Okay.
But I mean, there's like there's functional daggers and stuff in there. If you want to take anything like that, there's nothing exciting.
Can I use my
Nothing you can
merchant's eye for collector's items?
Yeah, by all means. So
If there are any.
So I've just seen Lou roll an
investigation?
investigation check as well. I don't know what she's rolling. can you roll an investigation check and then we'll see if there's anything in there?
Like investigation, I want to be part of it.
Ooh!
Nat 20. You look around. All of these, like, unlike the coins, which are still old, some of these weapons might be of interest to very specific collectors. If you could, like, make them look nice again, they don't look very good. They look like they've been left at the bottom of a river.
And I tried using prestidigitation if that helps.
You could, but there would need to be like repair work done to it. Like maybe have the leather replaced, which is all cracked and worn.
Oh,
and
we have
the sword.
a perfect handyman up top in the town.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, none of them's going to fetch you a load of money. I mean, like a normal going asking price for a long sword is like 10, 15 gold, and you might get 25, 30 from the right collector.
Oh no, then just
yeah, it's nothing. What?
Yeah,
these
kind of
aren't
not worth it.
Yeah. Okay, but once you've done that, there's nothing else in this boat like that you can see. Sorry, Lou, what were you rolling investigation for?
I actually didn't want to be left out, but I think I will be looking for any magical items I could find, seeing as everyone is finding something.
Well,
She used a hero point for this. She doesn't want to be.
Well, no. So the things that all the magical stuff I've told you was in the box. So that there was the 4 potions from the other box which no one seemed interested in.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
I forgot about
3
that.
potions from the other box which no one's interested in. There was the
forgot about
Peritef for wound closure, the glasses of charming, the everlasting smoke, and this sword.
When I
that's all it
see-
was.
Sorry, I completely
When I
forgot. What
s-
were the other potions?
Yeah, well, I think we all just completely forgot about
Yeah,
it.
you did. So I will say, Cerulean Wolf, as you've been up top waiting for people wringing your hair out,
Okay,
you
yeah.
examine these. Do you speak Jotun or Primordial?
No.
Okay.
I speak giant.
Yeah. Okay. Giant. Yeah. So
You're down there.
Yeah, you're down there. You would be able to identify these potions if you'd have seen them whilst you were on the as you were up there. You'd have seen that there were a potion of fire giant strength, a potion of heroism, and a potion of stone giant strength.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. They're all in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Uh,
But yeah, the rest of you can float to the
Wait.
top if you like.
If I see Lou looking sad because she didn't find anything, I will lay out 1 copper in hope she finds it. Just so she's happy.
I am very happy.
James, other than the strength potions, what were the other 2? What were the other ones?
So 1 potion of fire giant strength, 1 potion of heroism, and 1 potion of stone giant strength.
So that's 3 altogether. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Got it down.
Okay. And with that, you are able to ascend to the top, and you realise you see on the itinerary, this boat was the long lost ship, the Drunken Sabre. It was a very famous lost ship that went missing during the war. People assumed it had been destroyed or disintegrated by the Liches, but clearly it got sank here.
I'm surprised there was no corpses on it.
It's been there for 100 years. It's probably been picked clean.
Yeah, also corpses just float away because they bloat.
The corpses just float away. But yeah, with that, you are able to return to the surface, and you are all now flush with cash. If you want to hit up ye old magicy shoppy.
Give me a second, I'm doing all the money distribution.
We're really distributing. Okay.
Well, I thought so.
Okay. But yeah,
How do you guys carry all this money? 'Cause
We've got a bag of holding, it's fine.
We just do not question money.
Yep.
It's
I mean, because like my weight is like
460 gold pieces per person. What?
That's pretty good.
What? What?
I mean, Laffy's very honest sharing that with you all. She could have been loaded.
yeah.
I just assumed, I asked and Kuna said yes.
No, see, my carrying capacity is like way over now.
That's
Oh,
can turn off coin
you haven't
first,
turned
so-
coin weight on.
Yeah.
Please God, don't have turned coin weight on.
I don't think mine's.
Or I think
Ignore
knows
coin
that
weight. There we
makes
go.
yes.
Yeah, everyone does. Somehow I'm not over.
I'm literally
Oh, maybe because
half
I
of
turned
the
it
weight that I was.
Wait.
That's already off.
It's the third for me.
Well, I'm ready to head to the magic shop. You're
The
all right.
oldie magic
Dude.
shoppy. Maybe we can
Yes.
I
have.
might even manage to get my Philosopher's Stone identified. Because in character, I have no idea what it does.
I mean, and oh wait, I don't know anything. Hold on. So, what did you find?
Money.
Hand the bag of holding back.
Ah. Wow, it's a lot more full.
Yeah, there was also a weird creature down there, and me and Rusty took care of it.
What weird creature?
Would Laffy know what it was called?
You can make a nature check if you like.
Big fish.
Big fish man.
Head I had.
Oh, what is going
Never
on?
mind.
So,
It's
Laffy, I think,
literally a nat one.
Laffy, I think it is a big fish.
Yeah, you've heard of goldfish. Maybe this was a cold fish.
Well, it definitely is now.
It says salmon.
That's a good one.
Yeah, salmon, yeah. You have no idea. No one else saw the body.
No one else saw the
Apart
body.
from
Was
Is
it
it
right there?
Rusty?
Rusty's
Rusty?
gonna take a punt, you know. he's
And wasn't
gonna-
it right there when everyone went down?
No, it floated off.
It's okay.
He's gonna go for nature. He is not super smart, but you know.
Natural 20.
Nat 20?
Wow.
Oh my
I,
God.
I said it as a joke.
Yeah, Rusty turns to
Yeah,
you and says,
scientific
"Actually,
name.
Laffy, it's It was a deep scion. We don't usually see them in these waters. Perhaps it got lost or attracted to the ship, and they'd spent time resting there.
Rusty, I
we're
thought
very-
you didn't remember anything.
I mean, I feel like everyone would just look at him in silence and be like,
Yeah.
gobsmacked.
Solid 10
The
seconds.
scientific name for them is Deeponius scientificus.
This-
Yeah.
Laffy's gonna lay at like the back of her palm, so like the flat of the back of her hand on Rusty's forehead and feel for a temperature.
There's a weird I don't know if you've done this before. There's definitely like a weird little cavity in there somewhere. Like maybe he doesn't have his full skull in yet.
Yeah,
Can I
what you
press-
mean. Like he's
Can I
How old
press
is
it?
he?
Can I prestidigitate a glowing light bulb above his head?
Yeah, he much like a dog tries to jump and bite it. But yeah,
How
you
old
go.
is Rusty?
You don't know.
It's like
He doesn't. You don't know.
How
Just
long
a
do kobolds
baby.
live?
It's just a baby.
Just a baby, mom.
Kobolds. How long do kobolds live for?
Kobolds.
A
like
normal
a couple
human
of weeks.
lifespan, I
What?
think.
I think the joke is a couple of weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
135 years, there you go.
135 years,
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's gonna
Yeah.
outlive all of us. Oh no, he's not. Laughing. It's
Yeah. Okay. They are cold-blooded then. But
so he's
yeah, that's
bridges.
wild. Okay. You have no idea how old Rusty is.
Rusty, how old are you?
I don't know.
Okay. I
I
thought
I can make a history check if you like.
You go for it.
Scotty doesn't know.
How many birthdays have you had?
I don't remember. Nat F5, he doesn't know. I mean,
Can
he
he
could
use
spend a
his
hero point.
advantage?
No, it's fine.
No, he doesn't know. I can't
This is
remember.
important.
If anything before I met you is just a blur.
That's weirdly romantic.
I'm just gonna pat him on his head, just like in a really cute way.
It's not
Have you got your wisdom teeth yet, Rusty?
He does like that horrific grin and shows all of his teeth and goes, "And any of these wisdometh?"
Tyrano, can you just
I actually don't know
quickly
for this kind of animal.
server
Human
deafen
exclusive.
James, please?
Why?
No,
Just for a second, because
I
I
will
don't
serve
want
death
him.
myself. For
no, I will do it.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
I believe. I don't want it to happen, but I think Rusty might be the big bad at the end if he regains his memory.
No.
There's only one. There's only one problem with this. James is gonna listen to this. So
Oh fuck!
what stupid things should we say about him?
I mean, alternatively, if he's not the big bad, James could just kill him at a pivotal moment. and make him
No!
heartbroken.
I feel James would do that though. He
Yes,
would.
he would.
No.
He will tell us before the session, like, I'm going to kill someone precious.
No, he'd say it like that. He'd say it like that as a joke, and then actually do it.
Yeah.
See, I was spot on.
I will never.
So
forgive him.
James is stupid. Hi.
Hi.
What?
I'm
I
definitely
mean,
in the
I have
perfect
I had it
moment.
recorded, so
Yeah, I know. That's what
Yeah,
I said. That's what I
That's the
said.
point. We
I said he's gonna hear this. So
I mean,
Yeah.
I probably won't.
okay,
I'll
great.
probably just skip over it. As long as the audio's all good. Okay, so
I said
you
the
guys...
R word, you have to listen to it.
Oh,
What?
Jesus
No,
Christ.
you
Oh
didn't.
my
That's
God.
disgusting.
You didn't.
Oh, Jesus. Right, okay.
Not again! No.
Right, so you guys are
The
heading off
seven
to
mute.
the shop, right? The
Ye oldie magic
Biff-
shoppy.
Ye oldie magically shoppy with ye oldie mastiffy Biffy.
I don't like that last part.
Yeah, I don't like that part. So he welcomes you back with a wet nose and a waggy tail. And goes, "Oh yes, welcome back to the ye oldie magicy shoppy of Laybon. As you know, I am Biff. We met earlier. It's good to see you again. Thank you for saving me. Here are my wares. Yes, I have some rare items here, though these are all priced individually.
we
What
could
are
buy
they?
a spyglass if we wanted to.
We're not going to buy spyglass. Why is the spyglass so expensive, Biff?
Because you require two, some very specifically made and measured glass lenses.
I mean,
And
it's
then
more expensive than like all of these magic items, most like combined.
yes, because whereas he kind of picks up the fire resistance, like this may prevent you from being too badly burned for an hour. The spyglass will last forever and ever and be able to be passed down as a family heirloom and allow you to see into the far distance.
And not
Except
this ring
that
that
it
makes you
easily
quicker.
breaks.
Well, the ring that makes you quicker is very well and good, but how useful is a ring that makes you quicker when you are on a boat and you need to find an island so you can have an island break? I'm not saying that it's great. I'm just saying it's reasonably so expensive.
Okay. What are these rare items that you've mentioned?
Yes. So, and he pads over, and then he, with his mouth, pulls off like a curtain over it, and does like this grand reveal. And there's like prestidigitation and like sparkles in the air. He goes, we have the cross-planar club, and it's like this very clearly very magical, like spiked club. There's the snow goggles. There's the sword of speed. There's some cross-planar braces, and there's this, my particular favorite, the staff of intensity. Yes. Oh, yes. The club is quite interesting in that if you're fighting someone, you can remove any additional, like if you are fighting someone hiding behind a rock, it's easier to hit them. The snow goggles. If you are fighting someone who deals cold damage or going off into the wastes, you don't have to worry too much about their spells, because you automatically will succeed on them. The speed sword is quite good. It makes you faster off the plate. The braces, you can make yourself strong once a day. And the staff of intensity is a very interesting item. You can cast any spell up to its maximum level. So potentially 9th level, which is really high wizard stuff. But
That's
the problem
wizard shit.
yes, real wizard shit. However, once you've done that, you're unable to cast spells or cantrips for a little while, days, in fact, at least 2
Biff.
days.
High risk,
I am-
high reward.
Yes, could be.
I have 2 questions.
Yes,
What is the fire gem?
it's yes, it's this. He turns around and pats over, and there's a fire gem. He goes, "Well, I can't pick it up. It's quite hot. You could attach that to a weapon, perhaps, to give it a certain elemental boost. Though you would need to find a blacksmith skilled enough to do it, or a
Would,
forger.
what's his name be able to do it?
You would have to be more specific.
What's the guy? What's
The
the
other
guy who
dog.
owns the blacksmith? Yeah.
Biscuits.
Biscuits should be able to do it. Yes, he does charge though. So the gem would cost you so at the work.
Okay. Are you able to identify things?
Yes, I am. If you have the pearl.
Oh yeah, you need a What is the
Philosopher's
cost?
Stone? I would like
It's
to
not a
identify
lot
it.
of cost, but you do need the pearl.
I forgot. What is the what is it?
It's 50 gold.
50 gold. What's the? Oh,
It's a pearl.
it's just a pearl.
And second question, Biff. I have not been to many shops. Have you ever tried to pull something from your magic hat? I've heard of stories of wizards doing that.
Yes, no, this is not a magic hat, I'm afraid. It is more for the vibes.
But have you ever tried? Because I've heard of shops where they can just pull items from their hat.
A magic
no,
tombola of sorts.
I haven't,
Y-
because I
yes.
don't have hands, I have paws.
Should we
It's
try
hard
then?
enough for me to put the hat on.
Should each of us try it?
If you'd
I
like.
think that's a bit ridiculous, Kudo.
He shakes his hat off and allows you to pick it up.
I will try to pull something from the hat.
Okay, roll me a D100.
Yes.
It's not nothing's gonna come out. Maybe roll a 1.
Come on.
17.
17 nothings come out the hat.
Aw.
17 atoms of air.
Yes.
I have a question about druids.
Okay. Are you
Can
asking
they-
me or are you asking the dog?
I'm asking you.
Okay.
What weapons can I use?
You can. It should say. I think you're limited to scimitars
Simple
and simple weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, so I couldn't use a bow.
No, I think you can use a-
I think a bow, like a short
Maybe
bow, is classed as a
I'll
simple
look
weapon.
quickly.
If you look at the D&D Beyond, at the bottom left, there is a tab weapons. What does it say there?
You could use a
Here you
short bow.
go. Here you go.
Yeah.
Clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitars, sickles, spears, slings.
Mm,
And a short bow is a simple weapon.
You can't use simple. It's no simple weapon. It just
Oh.
it's a
It
list.
literally says it all.
It's
Okay.
specific. It's the ones I just said. That is it.
Okay.
It is. I'll post it for that. But I mean, if you had enough javelins or a really big bow, I mean, the sling is decent. No, it's okay.
I was gonna say.
Honestly, you're better off with the
I
cantrip.
will-
Yeah,
yeah,
probably.
the next level, your cantrips double in power.
But yeah.
Okay, cool.
The dog's kind of like plodding around, keeping an eye on you, while making sure you're not thieving. But is anyone buying anything?
I'm gonna
I'm
buy
looking.
some leather armor.
I think you have leather. You must have leather.
I
We're
don't
in
have
my
anything.
inventory if you want it.
There was
Oh.
leather armor that I took from one of the guys we fought in the cave, and I never used it. So you can have that if you want.
I feel like
Okay, thank you.
I think everyone
Names.
starts with leather. You have
Can
leather
you-
armor.
Can you tell me numbers what the fire gem does?
Well, it would
Find out.
depend on the work that that Biscuits was able to do, but at a guess, you would be able to make your weapon do addition. Well, best case scenario, it would do additional damage if you were to hit it, or if you were to hit it to a shield or to some armor. It could reduce fire damage. In the best case scenario, would do. Well, I would hate to say. Up
You have to
to
give us a
6
dice.
Yes, if I were to assign a dice to it, I would have to say it'd be a D6 in best case scenario. However, it would depend on the type of the type of magic used, etc., etc. The skill of the skill of the forger. I know Biscuits can do this, but I've never seen him try.
Anybody okay? Everybody okay with me purchasing gem?
I mean, if you'd like, it's your money.
Yeah, but if anybody else wanted it, you know.
I mean, I think it'd be useful for anyone who uses weapons or stuff like that. But if you should take it.
That's just 163 gold if I just change the currency from the silver. 1630.
Gems, would any of I know gems and pearls are different. Would we find any? Would we have had any pearls?
Roll me a D100.
Biff,
I will say there's
Can-
one pearl in there. Yeah.
can we maybe haggle down on the price a bit, or are you firm?
I'm afraid that these are the set prices.
Roll
If
for
you'd like to
persuasion.
trade, you can trade.
I have a very fancy gold rose with me.
That's very nice. I don't have any
Hey,
real use for gold
I
roses
like
myself.
I like go behind Kudo and pull out the scroll of dancing lights and like put it into his hand.
What do I do with it?
Trade. It's a scroll. He's a wizard.
Yes. Do you want a scroll?
Oh, what kind of scroll?
Dancing
Magic.
lights. Dancing lights. I also have floating disc.
Oh, I would
Magic.
buy those off you. Yes, yes. I would give you for those two easily 75 gold.
Great.
I
Then
don't think we're ever going to use them. The spells are
yeah,
sort of
I
there.
give him 25 gold and thank you. What do
Ah,
I owe
thank
you?
Nothing.
What?
To Wolf.
Nothing. We found them together.
I'm gonna do the most girly thing possible and see what. Well, I'm completely making this up.
Do you still have the shark mask?
Oh yeah, and then it's in the bag of holding.
Wait, what
I'm
the
going
hell?
to
I pull out the shark mask. What is this?
I'm gonna put on the shark mask.
Copy me. This feels
I
very.
found it on the fish man.
Shark mask.
Oh,
Shark.
can I-
Wah.
shark bait.
I'm
Oh.
gonna go to the counter and see there'd be a little stand on the counter with a bunch of signet rings in it.
Yeah, there's jewelry and stuff if you want to know about jewelry.
I was gonna say, is there any like rings that have like moon symbols on them?
Yeah, there's a great deal of tat.
Cool. I like tat.
Clip it.
I don't know if
Clip
that
the
translates.
please.
But yeah, so there's a variety of rings. The silver rings that go for like 5 silver pieces each that are quite clearly shit. There's 1 or 2 nice golden ones which go for like 2 or 3 gold each, with like some of them have got like lunar symbols on them, and then there's one really nice platinum one which goes for 12 gold, and it's very, very simple, and all of the inlay is on the inside, but it's easily the most well crafted of all of them, and you could use it as what's called an arcane focus, so you could cast spells through it if you wanted. It's
I want that one.
It's very similar to, but not visually, but like in theme, similar to the one that Timothy Footboy had. But like, it doesn't look like it. It just acts. It would act in the same way.
I want that one. How much was
12,
it?
That's 12 gold.
Cool.
There's like clothes here as well. This is like a bit of a in magic shop, but
one-stop
also
shop.
like a one-stop shop. Yeah, there are other. I will say that this is all the shops in town just bundled into one, because
Yeah.
I can't be asking what the
Apart
different
from
voices.
blacksmith, I guess. But
Apart from blacksmith, yeah.
What kind of clothes are they? Just like basic.
So there's a lot of basic traveling clothes. So you could get replacement robes, for example. There's nothing too fancy in here. There's nothing like super fancy, but there's like basic, it's like soft greens and natural fabric color dresses and tunics and trousers and jackets, stuff like that.
I'm gonna replace my very tattered, horrible dress.
Farewell, Laffy's dress we hardly knew.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're going to change. Oh, you buy it and then you change it.
Did I give you a dress before? I gave you clothing.
Yeah, you gave me clothes, but I feel like
she wants a
Laffy
nice
would-
dress. Just
yeah,
listen.
Laffy would be very like, ooh, rings and dresses and ooh.
Yeah.
Sparkles, rainbows.
Yeah, she's very simple.
Biff, I found a pearl that you could use, hopefully, to identify.
Wonderful.
There's how many things? There's 2 things. I mean, one maybe won't need to identify. I pull out the longsword that they found,
Okay.
and then this might not need to be identified. But I also have this, and I pull out from not the bag of holding, just the like what the backpack or whatever I'm wearing, and I pull out the spell book that we got from the wizard at the haunted house.
Okay.
Just to say, none of us are arcane practitioners, so maybe, I don't know, might be useful.
So a spellbook generally don't tend to be magical in of themselves.
I don't know much about magic. I mean, this might not be identified, but if you can tell us more about it.
Well, it looks well. Okay, you put it on the table and he like snuffles his nose across it and like opens it with his face and just leaves so much fucking mastiff slobber on it. It's he kind of glances at it. He goes, "Well, this is a normal spell book. If any of you are inclined in the mystical arts or wish to learn, this would be an excellent way of picking up some magical spells, perhaps."
Anyone?
I don't know that I could learn from that, could I?
Well, you'd need to be not to insult anyone here, but you would need to be a certain level of aptitude and, dare I say, intelligence.
Be me?
So mechanically, anyone with a plus with a 13 intelligence or above could multi-class into wizard,
Yeah.
or pick up the feat magic
we
initiate
talked
wizard.
about it, didn't we? That I should just wait.
Well, it depends what you want to do. Like, I know we chatted about what you want to do for Laffy, which was beef up your healing. Wizards are notoriously shit at healing. They're like one of the worst magic class.
They are the worst one I've.
Yeah,
They get
like, they don't get any
that can
heal.
heal.
But anyone else can anyone can pick up wizard spells. It's not hard, really. You just need a 13 intelligence. It's just having that 13 to do it. Like Rusty's not smart enough to do it.
I'm not smart enough.
I'm not smart enough to do it.
Nor am I.
There you go.
Can Biff identify
Yeah, can he do the sword?
anything else? Yeah, the sword.
So I was just repositioning there because and I didn't want to hit the mic. So he looks at the sword and he casts. So he goes,
Well, this will take me 10 minutes. So if you want to wait here, or I don't know what you want to do.
Go fish.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. He
We
casts.
just like play go fish in the background.
He casts.
Oh wait, I'm going to biscuits with my sword and my gem.
Okay, so presumably you don't want this other sword then.
Actually. Okay, in the meantime, I will also...
Dude, just play Go Fish.
Yes, but when it's not my turn, I will give out a prayer to Bellastina and ask if she would be okay if I added the gem to her sword.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to that then. So he spends 10 minutes casting Identify. Goes,
This is a sword, what they call a sword of vengeance. Is anyone planning to use this?
We just found it, so we were wondering what it did.
What is the sword of vengeance again?
Well, what this is a it's a magical weapon. It is sharper, better to be used by anyone. Would do more damage than a traditional blade. However, there is a curse attached to it. Not a particularly dangerous curse, but one that you should be aware of if you want to use it.
What is the curse?
Well, like many items, the curse is a curse of ownership, so you would not wish to give the sword up for any reason. The other part of the curse is that if you are injured whilst wielding the sword, you would essentially dissolve into a berserker rage and attack the person who hurt you until they were dead.
Huh.
Oh no!
I mean, it's not it's not every single time you would be able to try and shake this off, but it's definitely something worth bearing in mind.
Do you want to, Kudo?
No.
Rusty?
he looks up and he blinks his eyes at 2 different times, like frog blinks at you. Goes, will it help me protect Laffy more?
I mean,
Yes and no, because if
actually,
you got hurt,
I don't want
Lucky
to
is
see.
nearby.
Irena, please just say no. Wolf, please just say no, please.
Well, I think it would be funny to see him go into a rage. I think it's
Yeah, but
best.
what if one of us accidentally hurt him?
That's what I mean. I think it's best to. I mean, would you want to buy this, Biff?
I
Can
would purchase it off you. It is a curse, so I would not be able to give you much for it. But perhaps I could try and remove the curse. I could try to remove the curse, and I would only be able to give you 5 or 6 gold for it.
Would wait.
However, it's
can you
also not the kind
identify
of
the
thing.
stone?
Sorry.
I recently found this stone. I think it's magical, but I don't know what it does.
Well, I will identify it. Will take me 10 minutes. Bear with me.
And he goes off and
I'll
hums
just
like
put the
as he
sword
walks
back in the-
away.
Back in the bag.
He says,
That sword is not something I would just lightly throw away. Keep an eye on it if you are getting rid of it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in
and
the bag.
he
Without it.
goes off for a few minutes to identify the stone.
Well, this time I would go to Biscuit.
Okay, as he walks away with the stone, Lou, you feel this pang. You don't want to leave him with it. You like by himself, so you follow him away to watch him do the ritual. You can't leave this. Let the stone get out of your sight. But that'll take 10 minutes. So yeah, you walk over and you see Biscuits, who is the doggy blacksmith. Everything. So there's loads of armor like available and weapons and stuff available. Like as you kind of approach the blacksmiths. However, like 95% of it is dog themed. So you're like, oh, okay. But there are like weapons and stuff, and like there are bits of armor that you can see that would, you know, could be able to work. And there's this section on there like there's this like statement, this like splash at the back of the blacksmithery. I don't know what the word is. I suppose it is just forge. It says we do runes.
If it's dog's like size, would any of it fit Rusty?
He's got probably the best armor he
Yeah,
can
he's
get.
got the best. Yeah, he's beefy right now. His AC's what, like 20? Should be
Hello
20,
again,
I guess.
Biscuits.
20, yeah. So my connection's been a bit wobbly.
Yeah, you.
Yeah,
yeah.
went out of there, but it should be okay now.
Wobbly.
No.
Hello.
He's dying.
Someone's dying.
James is dying.
That should be okay.
Oh,
Okay.
hello.
Yeah, there we are. So my Wi-Fi went a bit wobbly. But yes, so he's got the best AC he can have. But the rune thing, so he's like, bring your own or 750 gold for a rune.
Hello, Biscuit.
Hello. What did the voice of the biscuits have? Hello. No, he was like, oh, hello, yes, hello.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Definitely not.
Hello, I'm Biscuits, I'm the blacksmith.
Yeah, his voice was. Who was a doppelganger? Oh no, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was Scrappy Doo. He was Scrappy Doo.
He was. I think he was Scrappy.
Yeah, Scrappy Doo.
And by the way, did I... please stop! It hurts my ear.
Yeah, okay. My name's Biscuits. I'm the blacksmith in town. What can I do you for, buddy?
Wait, did I actually get an answer from Balestina?
Oh yeah. So can you make a religion check, please? So you walked out. You pray into Bellasine and see if you can add this fire gem to her sword. 16. So what exactly is it you're asking?
If she is okay adding a fire gem to her sword, because she's also nature goddess and like, I know wildfires are good for nature, but also like it's fire.
Yeah.
Fire destroy nature, so maybe she not cool.
So you don't get like a yes or no answer. I will say this, but as you're praying, you get the distinct feeling that like this weapon was potentially forged by the gods themselves. You know, it was crafted out. I think that the legend says that it was crafted out of the very first like stab of moonlight across the black skies, and it's there to cut through, you know, illusions, and it's there to brightly burn through or like all of the darkness at night. Like the thought of adding some random fire gem to it, like it's kind of like going to a really, really expensive restaurant and asking them to give you chicken McNuggets.
Nothing wrong with that.
Like they might do it, and they might do it okay, but like what you've done is you're bringing like a very high caliber item, and then you're smearing it in ketchup.
Maybe don't do that.
I'm not saying no, but
Yeah.
like she's saying like the vibe you get is, oh well, if the sword, if the godly sword I've given you isn't good enough, then sure, by all means.
So she's sassy about it.
I mean, she's pretty passive aggressive about it.
Yeah, I don't want to make it active aggressive, so I'll be right back, biscuits.
He just walks out. Hello, bye-bye.
Hello, bye bye.
What I will say is that there was a list of how many? 100 runes on the back of his like random effect runes that he could also add onto them, but they were 750.
Yeah, still adding random shit to god-made thing.
Well, also you can add it to armor as well.
Yeah, I'm not adding it to basically uninteresting armor, but it would make it interesting. Honest.
The interesting.
Wait.
The moral struggle of Kuno.
James, listen away for a second. How often do you find magic breastplate?
Not very often.
You haven't found it yet, and we're like 9 sessions in.
Like,
However, you've not been to like.
James, I said listen away. I was asking the party.
Oh, wait, what? What did you say? Sorry.
As in,
unless God wills it.
the persons, not the characters. Like, how often do you find magic armor? In general.
It's up to the whim of the gods.
One another
God,
campaign.
James, how often will you... well, you won't answer. You won't even give me back my HP, so... I will add
about that, I see.
I will add it to my breastplate, the champ. I say,
Okay.
hello, bye, hello again.
Oh, hi there. So I heard you talking to yourself. You want me to add that to your breastplate? Is that right?
When did biscuits get text?
I don't know. It happened at some place. Biscuits and Gravy is my full name.
I think he's a doppelganger.
I don't know. It's very late. I'm very tired. Let me go.
If you're
held against your
okay
will.
with your identity crisis, yes, I would like to add the gem to the breastplate.
Now there are a couple of options what I can do for you here in terms of cost and effectiveness. Now there is the there is the reduction, which is the cheapest, which is 100 gold. There is the resistance, which would make this armor very resistant against fire, and effectively make you, it would half the amount of damage you took. Or there is the full suite immunity, but that is very expensive.
How expensive we talking?
We're talking 25,000 gold.
Oh yeah, fuck off.
I tell you, that's why
I actually think we can pay that.
No, we can't.
25,000 gold's a lot of
What
money.
is the resistance?
Now, the resistance is also quite pricey because it's a really good effect. We're talking 500 gold for that.
Oh fuck yeah, give me that.
Okay. So that will take about half an hour. Is that okay?
Can we maybe haggle a bit on? Are you interested in opals?
Well, opals are sometimes magical items themselves.
I have these rocks that are fancy and look like opals.
Well, they're just normal opals, I'm afraid. You can use them to take money off. I thought you spent them. I thought you used them and sold them to somebody.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you had.
Jesus.
Sorry, I must be getting confused. But no, I can't haggle, but I can trade.
So 400 gold plus opals. I
If
have
it's
3.
100 gold's worth of well, how much are the opals worth?
25.
No,
Of,
that's 475.
according- But I
You're
don't
missing
know.
out on 25 gold there.
Okay, 425 gold.
Thank you.
Dogs apparently don't do haggling.
Well, no, you see, it isn't about haggling. It's about the infusion of the magical items. The gold, being a very noble metal and a very pure metal, is used in the infusion process.
Is there breastplate with fire resistance, James? As an
No,
item?
but we can easily create it. So he takes the breastplate off you, and he takes the gold, and he runs the gold and the opals across the breastplate, and it goes. Do you have any preference on the design and what it looks like?
If you look at my clothes, maybe something inspired from the style by this, and maybe influenced a little by the designs of Palestina.
Well, you know what I could do? What I could do is, because this is a very expensive piece of artwork, I could
Also,
make this.
wait,
Okay.
For the design, I have a gold rose, if that helps.
Well, let me finish. What I can do, if you would like, is weave the breastplate into your robe, so it would appear, it would still function as metal, but it would essentially be invisible, and you could just wear your robes. Yeah, it would still be there for things like detect metal or whatever, or magnetism or heat metal. But yeah, I can just make it part of your robes, because there was this very interesting story, fascinating story. One of my favorites as a kid was this young, very handsome tiefling paladin who wore breastplate but always had his shirt untucked at the top to show off his amazing pectorals and his tattoos. Very much that kind of vibe.
We're not being
I
solo
wasn't
about
listening.
this.
If you just add it to if you just combine it, and if you are able to maybe add some Palestina influence.
I can add
like some
designs.
like a little hint. Like
For
when
sure,
you have,
yeah.
when you
Like
eat
moon and
a
stuff,
good
yeah.
dish, when you eat a dish and just have a hint of a taste.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he asks you for your like top layer of your robe, and he like lays it on top of the breastplate and with all the gold and the inlay and the opals, and he starts banging in, like hitting it with a hammer. He hits it like 4 times with a hammer, and on the 4th hit, the breastplate, the gold, and the opals have vanished and inlaid into your. I think they were like samurai robes.
Yeah.
Or vaguely something like that. Along the cuffs, along the cuffs of them is this like bright, beautiful red, like gem-like color to it. Or like the red that it was is infused with this like sapphire, almost gleaming metallic gem-like color, and then throughout woven are all these beautiful opalescent moon shapes with this gold trim inlay. It looks pretty fancy. Looks pretty cool. And he hands it back to you. And the benefit of this is, it just won't get dirty because it's magical now. And that is magical fire-resistant breastplate.
Does it require attunement?
It does not.
Ooh, then I actually still need to create the magic custom item.
Unless the item is different than the actual one. Because there is an actual one.
Yeah, the
you might
actual
have
one
to just, like,
requires
untick-
attunement though.
Yeah, we can just create one. You can just like copy it and remove the achievement requirement.
Yeah, but I hate
how much is the
I hate creating custom items in D&D Beyond.
It's crazy. I've not been doing it all week. How much are those bracelets, the cross-planar bracelets, think are rare?
Bloody
probably
hell,
a lot, but yeah.
Oh, I got it. Cross-planar.
10 HP. So.
They're non-attunement and will
Oh,
cost
no.
1,000 gold.
Oh, it's actually doable. Almost.
We'll say this is not the last shop you will see.
I know.
And I'm not anticipating many other sunken treasure ships.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm not
That's
gonna
really-
like
Oh,
randomly
I see.
throw
I see.
random amounts of treasure. Like, you don't have to spend it all now. Is what I'm
I
saying.
know. I just don't feel like I want something, but I don't know what I want.
I know what I wanted, but then Kuro went ahead and stole it from me.
I asked if somebody wanted it.
He did do that.
Yeah,
And there was a
but I
long
forgot I was
pause.
muted, so it's your fault. Don't worry about it.
So is there anything anyone else would like?
Well, what is
Yeah.
the thingy, the stone that he identified?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Stone.
You're flustered with stone. I keep getting this voice wrong. This is could best be described. My lady, I'm sorry. This may be a personal question. Are you of a inquiring and academic mind?
Are you asking?
Are you intelligent? Are you smart?
On a scale to 1 to 20, I give myself a solid 14.
Well, then maybe you will find some use out of this. This could be used as an alchemist stone. You could train yourself into. Oh, sorry, this is guys in Texan. You could train yourself into becoming a alchemist. You could use it to change certain fluids into others, depending on your level of skill, of course. That would be the limitations. However, again, I need to warn you. Again, there is a curse associated with this item. Every time you use it, because it is a lucky stone, it will help you out in certain situations. Anytime you actually need to use it, you will find yourself hampered for the rest of the day. And also, obviously, you didn't want to leave it with me.
Oh. I think I'm compromised in the decision making. I need help.
What's going on?
Well, I bet no. Wait, actually, never mind. It's fine. I'll just keep the stone.
Well, yes, part of the curse is you wouldn't be able to get rid of it either.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy.
Unless you were to find a cleric or someone to remove the curse, I would say you're stuck with it. And he gingerly, places it back into your hand.
What would happen if you took it away from her?
She would try to take it back.
Forcefully?
I would... Very difficult. It would probably do some damage to her, and she would hunt it down. I would not recommend it.
Okay. Of course not.
I hold the chest dearly to my chest. The stone, sorry.
Is there anything else you'd like from me?
Yes, you mentioned a sword that makes you faster.
Yes, the sword of speed. This is quite an interesting item. It will be 800 gold, and it is attunement. It's a magical sword.
How much speed are we talking about?
Well, it would make you a little bit faster in a fight. You would just be a little bit faster.
How much did you say?
800 gold.
Actually, I do need to do some math. It is a short sword, right?
Scimitar.
They would still
So I'm
work the
actually
same
not.
time.
I don't think I'm proficient with scimitars.
I think scimitars are simple.
Are they simple?
No, the martial. It's
Are
just druids have them as extra.
Oh, I don't have that proficiency. No. Would I need to have the sword out to get the bonus? Do I need to?
You would need to be attuned to it.
No, I understand that, but do I need to have it in my hand to
No.
get effect?
You don't need to be using it. No.
In that case, I think I'm going to take.
That seems I'll keep my mouth shut.
Very well. Yes, 800 gold, please. Yes.
So I'm going to give 400 gold, 30 platinum, which should be 700 gold.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I'm going to give 1,000 silver. I think that checked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seems crazy.
I can't find it on D&D.
It's not.
No, you won't do it. It's a homebrew.
Ah, okay.
So I can create that for you. No
That
problem.
seems so crazy.
Is the rest of the things on the list on the map also in the shop, or do I need to go else?
No, they're all in that shop.
Okay, I would like the chain, 10 feet of chain. I'm just going to take that the cost of my equipment already. And I would like herbalism kit, herbalism kit, and poisoner's kit, as well as 10 for 2.
Oh, I was
Okay.
literally typing and buying a tent and stuff. I was just gonna say it quietly.
Okay. Yeah, you can get all that. No problem.